thanks for bearing with us, everyone. We're trying to figure out the save because for some reason it was good that I have redundancy in my saves because 3 of the ones I was going to consider going with are corrupted. Yay! So we'll be live in just a moment. Welcome, everyone. We are getting this show on the road. And everyone is assigned. It actually keeps track of your names and assigns you back to the same person. I love that. I love that so much.
Well, that means that, what, you still then have control of what Azrael was running?
Yeah.
Since he's not here?
Right.
Nice.
But I didn't have to do anything. Like, it immediately assigned you guys to the one you had assigned last time. Which is beautiful. So, just to show everyone the amazing pictures we got, this is the rogue trader standing before a window of the Golden Throne. We have Abelard and cleaned up a little. We have Idira, Argenta, just slightly cleaned up portraits, and Cassia. I do like the portraits cleaned up just a little bit. They do look a little bit nicer. Makes me happy.
Oh my God, you giant whiner cat. Come here.
You what?
My cat's being a giant whiner.
Mm.
It's like, you've excluded me. I must complain.
All right, so are we ready to head back to the vessel? Because that's where we were at last time. We actually ended on the vessel.
It's like we'd already done levels and all that was taken care of.
Yeah. Which we actually saved on the ship, ready to go to the next sector, but that's the corrupted save. So I had to do the save back before we left. Because apparently you can't save on the ship.
Yeah, you can. I always
No, you
save on the
can't.
ship.
It doesn't let me right now. Those are the
That's where I
corrupted
always-
saves. So we've already done this last time, so I'm going to go ahead and skip these, because we've already done it.
Lord Captain, Lady Navigator.
Your heart without Eve.
Oh, of course.
Cassia sweeps her pensive gaze over Victus, then, lowering her lashes slightly, turns to you.
Which one do we do here?
I think you were polite about it, although I suggested number 4.
Before I begin,
After
Yeah.
I have.
Well, I don't want to
I-
upset
but
a
no.
navigator.
Cassia
I
throws
want
back
her to be
shoulders.
loyal.
I am ready to go to the
Not to
Sanctum
mention
Novice and
that she can
perform a
open her
sacred
third
rite.
eye and melt you.
I require brushes,
I mean, I
canvas,
wasn't going
and
to
the
get
best
into that
paints you
one,
have on board.
but, you know.
But no red. I doubt the uninitiated could Then it is time to open my... You are asking questions the answers to which you cannot comprehend. Perhaps I may explain it all to you at a later time, but
I
now
shall
our time
ensure
is...
that supplies are there.
Cassia nods.
Lord Captain, I will oversee the open channel between the Lady Navigator and the bridge. And may the Emperor's light help us all.
I'm just trying to get to where we were. Because we did this all in the last time we played. Waiting for one other player to click confirm.
Not me, I already did it.
The Voxcaster in the Sanctum Navis picks up the susurration of clothes, pious chanting, and the metallic. Come here, you've. I. See. And hear. Be. The Vox Master recoils at Cassia's words and accidentally snaps one of the cogitator levers. The panel beneath her. Soul-shredding screams drown out the Vox transmission. The servants in the It appears the servants were part of the Lady Navigator's rite. As it was for her predecessor. I will arrange for the bodies to be removed from the Rogue Trader, I fear I have unfortunate news. Endless blackness has spread across the canvas, dividing what should be whole in two. And my sight cannot glimpse the light of the Emperor as clearly as before. I cannot turn around, my brush only draws me onward. The way is blocked. You hear a heavy exhale, rustling fabric, and metallic clicking. Lord Captain, had you opted to begin your visit to the... As you command. With your permission, I would also like to remind you that we are still looking for an engine... As it pleases you, Lord Captain.
Where did we decide we were going? We were going to go to the prison next?
No, that's what we were working on, is deciding where we were going. Do we have a preference?
I have no preference.
I don't care.
Okay. Is there a reason to do one over the other via game reasons?
Not that I'm aware of. I've done it both ways, and I did not notice the difference.
Then we'll go there. Right, Cat.
Lord Captain, there is some commotion on the officer's deck. The Lady Navigator has left her quarters and is currently in the wardroom, where uninitiated crew members are shunning her in terror. Perhaps you should find out what has brought Cassia to the deck.
Probably. Why would they be
Cassia
shunning her? That is
wandering
very unwise.
Well, it's a good way to get melted.
Right? Hey, I know you can just melt me with the very whim.
Lord Captain, my apologies. I did not notice your entrance.
I see you enjoy reading.
Oh, this. I found this fascinating read on one of the shelves, and I must say, it has caught my eye. Its every chapter is written in verse. I find it so beautiful and enrapturing. Urak 5 had a vast archive of its own, of course, although most of the works within had to do with scholarly disciplines of some sort or another. Only in my sparse moments of respite was I allowed to escape into the pages of more embellished works.
So she's enjoys books. That's good to know. The events took place on Urak 5 must have shaken you greatly. Are you well?
One should not underestimate the navigators of House Orselio, Lord Captain.
I don't.
Like a shawl of pale smoke, a faint malaise hangs upon my shoulders, but it will not be the slightest hindrance to my duty to humanity, and my duty to you.
Yeah, Scott, I think you are probably the largest heretic, given your play style. But we love you nonetheless. Rogue Trader Banvar is the most dogmatic that may be. But that doesn't mean he's not a heretic also. He's just a dogmatic heretic.
In this game, those are actually opposites.
Exactly nuts. You said Scott, not Banvar. That's also true. I see your attendant is the valet from Urak 5. Do my servants not measure up to your standards?
No, it is not that at all, Lord Captain. It is just that Uwe is quite capable of carrying out his duties by himself. He is well accustomed to my whims and preferences.
Cassia cringes ever so slightly, adjusts the adornment on her forehead, then awkwardly hides her clawed fingers in the folds of her clothes.
God, I can't
The unnatural appearance of navigators often becomes the topic of gossip among lowly servants and officers
this
alike.
planet would definitely not
It is
stand up to an
unsurprising,
inspection by
then, that
any of
Cassia
the
prefers the
Imperium
company
men.
of one who is used to how she looks.
Can you say that again, Nuts?
What I said was, I believe Scott is correct, that we'd all be purged 100% if the Imperium was real and they showed up to this planet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, for God's sake, we elect people democratically here at least part of the time.
That's just heresy in and of itself. Can't be democratic. Welcome in there. Welcome in, Scott Dog. Thank you for joining us. I hope you've been able to calm yourself in your powers. Since I have to say that, I can't not say it.
There are people on this ship who are far more impulsive and dangerous to others, and far less devoted to the God Emperor than a herald of the Navis nobility. But I did not need your words to see the shades of umber unease that whirl around your subjects whenever I am near. Were I not acquainted with such a reaction, I could have found their behavior in your question just now insulting. Lord Captain, would you kindly explain to me why you are pestering me with these questions? Inquiring about my mood and my needs, showing an interest in the books I am enjoying? You are behaving as if you possessed a shred of fellow feeling for one such as I. I beg your pardon, Lord Captain. That was no way for a navigator to conduct herself.
What?
I'm noticing that it's a common trend that 4 is the one that I would say most of the time, just simply because I want to be a prick.
I can see you wanting to do that. However, you have to remember, I know that I am also a mutant in the same regard. For I'm a sanctic of, I'm a Saker of the Sanctic Order. So...
You're mutant.
Technically, yeah. So I can't really see myself saying that one because that's a bit too hypocritical.
Wait.
Wow, Scott. Scott lost 4 companions because he's 100% dogmatic.
I lost 5.
I've lost none.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yet being the absolutely operative word there.
I'm almost tempted to go 3. But it's a little bit too overbearing, I guess you could say.
Keep in mind, as a rogue trader, you are like a noble on crack.
Oh, I get that. At the same time, she's a fresh navigator. We kind of need a navigator. And I don't feel like throwing her off her game and making it where we can't travel through the warp when we need to badly. So it's, you know, the pragmatic approach of keeping our only way of survival not likely to kill us all. Does that make sense?
Nah, I don't think anything we say here will have that effect. And if it does,
I
that
don't know.
makes it that much more entertaining.
You're terrible.
Hey, I'm fairly certain that the first ending that I'm going to get with Baldur's Gate is Gale blowing up the world.
Okay. You have nothing to apologize for. Human emotions are natural, either good or bad. And it's just as natural to share them with others.
Please forgive me. I cannot even understand myself right now. Your words and attention have reminded me of life on the station, of Theobald and Felek. I do not understand. They were merely the keepers of Urak 5. So, why do memories of those two make me feel a strange heaviness here?
You lose her if you're too dogmatic? Wow, so you can get another navigator? How do you get another navigator? From the recruiter? Interesting.
The fop.
At the same time, I find myself overwhelmed with new excitement and anticipation. At last, I have set foot outside my familiar walls and into a world that I have only seen before in the pages of books. Your ship alone is a treasure trove of remarkable artifacts and curiosities. And just imagine the things that await beyond, but my delight must seem childish to you, surely. In your heart, you must be finding all this quite amusing.
To get that mutant strange? Interesting. Okay.
What kind of mutant you gonna get from that kind of breeding?
What?
Huh? I
You're
said,
saying-
what kind of mutant you gonna get from that kind of breeding?
Right? Yeah.
Psyker and a navigator. That's
Well,
your
psyker
first
and more
ass
psyker
key.
and more psychic.
This is our little baby Slanish.
Right? I understand what you're going through. To some regard, my own life has been turned upside down not too long ago.
Indeed. I did not know. That is to say, I could not have known, as it is the first time we are speaking in a circumstance so private. My word, when I found this place, it was so full of officers. Why did they all leave?
Wow. They're really leaning into the, do you want to pretend it's Baldur's Gate?
Well, pick the option.
I don't want to. It's just no.
She'll tell you no. She's
Oh,
a lady.
okay, good.
Like,
Yeah, I didn't think that Owlcat would do
Well,
that. They
talk to you
tend
about
to more make it be more realistic romance, where it is more of a
yeah,
slow
it's not like
burn.
Baldur's Gate where everybody wants to fuck you immediately the second you see them.
Yeah, that's one thing that really got me with that one, is that it's like, it's so
It's
unrealistic.
ridiculous. And
It's
they're just-
so
they
unrealistic
harp
and
on it, too, like-
ridiculous. Yeah.
Gale and Asterion will just hound you about it.
And it's like, I don't want, no. You're not even like offering or trying to give me a choice. You're saying, pushing it.
Yeah, a lot
No.
of people were saying just make it so that when you say no once, it's done. But it doesn't do that. They just keep hounding you.
Well, I mean, anybody who's dealt with somebody like that before in the past,
Scott.
kind of people that will never stop.
Scott said he's trying to go for Argenta, but her chastity belt is too locked up. She only is for the Emperor, Scott. She only has eyes for the Emperor.
They're sisters of battle. They're like Barbie dolls. There's nothing there.
Nothing there.
Ooh, ooh.
You know, kind of like
They're bred in test tubes.
the Ken lump.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
they
mean,
may
the
have-
Space Marines are too. They're bred in test tubes.
Yeah. Well, sort of. Depends on the version. The current ones have implanted organs that then twist and contort their body into a new form. Right, no, the Sisters of Battles are just humans that have lots of training. Space Marines, on the other hand, yeah.
You don't want to see him try to take that armor off.
Hmm?
You don't want to see the Space Marines take that armor off.
No, it's pretty bad. Well, they may have just been overcome by your rare beauty.
Words like that, Lord Captain, could easily be misconstrued. You should familiarize yourself with some of the works in your library to learn the appropriate manner of conversing with a lady.
I was just informing you as to why they may have left.
Struggling to maintain an expression of polite indifference, Cassia covers her burning face and swiftly exits the room.
Apparently she's actually a lady and doesn't like you thinking she's beautiful. Because, you know, all the ladies that we know obviously think they're beautiful, right? They have no struggles with it at all.
What society are you living in?
Delusional 13. You?
Secrets of gallant conduct, how to express your feelings to a noble lady.
Hence the sarcasm in my voice.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't speak sarcasm.
Mm.
That's almost like
An
French.
admirer who seeks the favor of a refined lady is well advised to maintain pointed courtesy and finesse in his every deed. An honorable admirer will never defile a noble lady's ears with crude or indecent words, and neither will he allow himself conduct that could
Not the
besmirch
waves
her
of
honor and
nausea and
dignity.
migraine she
Above
gives
all,
people.
the admirer should remember that a relationship begins with the right choice of words. Shower your
Fair
lady
enough.
with compliments that will accentuate her finest qualities without putting her in a position of discomfort. A word chosen elegantly and spoken with genuine warmth
last
may
time we
bring
were here,
about
we
a
were
change in
shooting
the
at
lady's eyes as she looks upon you. Once your interaction has grown more intimate, always
make
be
sure
sure
we've
to
cleared
remember
it.
the simple rules of etiquette. For example,
There's nobody
should the
to shoot
lady
at?
drop her handkerchief, the deepest expression of sympathy for her would be to perform the following gesture. Pick up the handkerchief, wait a brief
It's a mod,
moment,
Scott.
then bring the handkerchief to your lips and touch it lightly before returning it to the lady.
The
The
TTS
reading?
Simple gesture will
Yeah,
assure the
text to
lady of the
speech is a
seriousness of
mod.
your intentions.
And I love it.
Remember that the flower bud of true feelings takes time to blossom. Patience, loyalty, and impeccability
See,
in adhering to the decorums of the nobility is key to earning the lady's favorable disposition.
A must-have mod in my mind. That mod is so amazing, though, because there's so much text and flavor text, and I would wear my voice out trying to read all of it. But thank you, gents, for joining me on this fun.
Oh, of course.
I'm so glad they made it co-op.
Greetings, Lord Captain.
See, I love that. We come in and it pops up a little message and we hear it instead of, you know, reading it.
Your Lordship.
I mean, it's a subtle thing, but I like it.
How do
Should we
get
talk to
back
anyone else?
underway? So how do we get back underway? You go sit back down in your chair.
I think so. I was gonna say, do we want to talk to anyone else, or should we hop back in and get moving?
Unrest on fuel deck
Let's
3.
get moving.
Engage Protocol 89B.
I think
Send
the only
enforcers
people here
immediately.
you can talk to right now looks like is Malkov, there's Abelard.
Yeah.
Give unto them the understanding of the true ritual.
Abelard and Idira I've seen.
To tend to the progeny of holy metal and motive force.
Argenta may be over here. Is Cassia here? I wouldn't think Cassia's here.
Tuning plasma thrusters.
Yep.
Standing
she's
by
up
to
the
receive
front.
data.
Third in
Oh,
time.
To stand true against the temptations of cursed alteration.
What are you talking about? Don't tell me you believe these daft rumors about the rogue trader's ghost.
Greetings,
Need to
Lord
make
Captain.
a custom navigator and make him just like
The
Stark.
indicator
from
lumens
Farscape.
need to be replaced again. Can our shuttle pilots even land their craft without
there's
unnecessary
Argenta.
damage?
and there's Cassia. There's Oof.
Uhum.
Ohum. Interesting.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
that's about the only noise you can make without a
Reports received.
without a
Confirm
tongue.
that verification is complete. The valet flinches at your approach. A silent greeting escapes his lips.
So should we talk to him or should we get underway?
Oh, I say we get underway. If
Okay.
you want to talk
I
to
didn't,
them, go ahead. I don't care.
I didn't think
Okay.
there's a lot to talk about right now because we just
There
talked
was
to
an
him.
incident in the officers' quarters. A healer team is required.
Wait, what?
Your lordship,
Okay, well, he's not talking anymore. But welcome in, sucking on chili dogs. Alright, continue to Rykad Minoris.
Lord Captain, sorry to disturb you. Victus pauses, as if listening to something. It's pandemonium outside the bridge gate.
Two
One of the
different
officers
events that
seems
now
to be
occurred
demanding an
in the
audience
trip
with you in
across the solar
person.
system.
I think I hear Master
God's sake.
Viserian's voice. In any case, I wanted to warn you in advance.
Would you say nuts?
This is the second event that's now occurred, trying to literally fly across the solar system.
Right? Just let me get there, people. But I've been so pleased with how smooth the co-op works. Like, I am impressed. They've done well. But let's see what we have to say.
Who's this asshat?
The everyday sounds of the bridge are disrupted by voices raised in anger, Abelard's voice the loudest of all.
this is not the conduct of an officer. These are the antics of a highborn brat out on a lark. Explain
Nice.
yourself, Lieutenant.
Nice, Abelard. Thank you.
The young woman standing before Abelard strives with all her might not to quail under the onslaught of her superior's anger. She falters but then manages to look him in the eye and say,
I apologize, sir. But I must speak to the Lord Captain.
Very well, Lieutenant. You may address the Lord Captain, not least because I see you have already seen fit to disturb him. Your unauthorized appearance on the bridge and display of belligerence toward a higher-ranking officer will be logged on your
Time for
personal
your
file
black
without
mark.
delay.
Yep.
It goes on
Lord
your
Captain.
permanent record.
Lieutenant Avril Event, requesting permission to speak.
Vent falls silent, and then adds rashly,
On a matter of extreme importance and urgency.
Yeah, I can see that. Abelard, you can see to the punishment of this sort of conduct. Lieutenant, you have 1 minute to state your business, lest things go downhill.
Yes, Lord Captain. Listen to my report and punish me as you wish, but all that matters is that you hear me out.
says Vent, a pleading note entering her voice.
This matter cannot wait. Any minute now, an assault unit will be dispatched to the lower decks on orders to crush the workers' strike by any means necessary. But I am convinced that this step is unwarranted, and that the crisis itself was provoked by the actions of one of the senior officers.
Vent is almost trembling with tension as she delivers her speech, her face extremely
Interesting.
pale. Abelard, in no hurry to intervene, lets out a skeptical huff.
Lord Captain, I urge you to investigate the actions of Seneschal Versirian, and to intervene in what's happening on the lower decks, because very soon we will have a mutiny or a massacre on our hands.
Vent reels off the last words as though she knows them by heart. She has clearly been preparing to say them for some time. When she is finished, she casts an anxious glance at Abelard, then at you.
And how did this all start?
The situation could boil over at any minute, so I'll give you the condensed version. It all began when the enforcers found a cultist amulet on the body of someone who'd been killed in a drunken brawl. We reported it up the chain immediately, arranged for a cleansing rite to be performed, and opened an investigation. No heretics have been found alive. But the search has brought tensions between enforcers and workers to a head.
And where does the seneschal that you mentioned come into play in this?
I shall explain.
Abelard intones grimly.
I beg you to hurry. Time is running out.
I will not hurry. Since my competence is under scrutiny, I shall speak for as long as I see fit. There is an established order to the way things are done on this ship, and one of the pillars of that system is that the rogue trader's attention is not distracted by trivial matters. It is the Seneschal's role to ensure that. I have always handled internal problems myself, so, of course, when I received information about cultists hiding on the lower decks, I took the matter in hand. So long as I live, not one of the vermin who murdered Theodora von Valancius will find refuge on her ship.
You were far too heavy-handed, Seneschal Versirian. Arrests, interrogations, mass punishments for entire sectors. It has driven the people to the brink.
Vent says bitterly.
Now there is a strike on the lower decks, in Depot 4, to be precise. 3 worker clans are involved, but many more are passively supporting them. The situation could degenerate into an all-out insurrection. But when I reported my concerns, the only response I received was an order to dispatch an assault unit and crush the strike with maximum force.
What is Depot 4?
Depot 4 is one of the poorest sectors on the lower decks. It is home to clans of general laborers. They are not as valuable to the ship as the families who have served its specialized systems for generations. They are an easily replaceable resource, and one which is now, more besides, giving succor to cultists and minions of the archenemy.
Depot 4 is poor and troubled. But at worst that means drunken fights and illegal rotgut brewing. We have handled the workers of Depot 4 in the past. We would have done so again, if the crackdown on Depot 4 hadn't been so harsh. And another important point to bear in mind, the problem is not limited to this sector. It is located on one of the most populated lower decks, and everything that happens there has a knock-on effect on all the neighboring sectors.
Abelard, what do you have to say for all this?
I see no need to add anything. I acted within the remit of my authority, guided exclusively by the best interests of your protectorate and your personal safety. If you wish to confirm the rectitude of my actions for yourself, I have no objections.
How's it going?
Welcome.
For my part, I urge the Lord Captain to go down to the lower decks, stop the assault unit, and speak directly to the people. You will see that they are not lying, or harboring heretics. That way, you will stop the uprising before it begins.
And if there's this insurrection aboard my ship, why have I not been informed?
I would not deem it a problem worthy of the rogue trader's attention. The lower decks, as it so happens, are in revolt. 30-some years ago, we even had a revolutionary leader rise up who dared to establish workers' rule across the entire ship. It took a month to restore order, but even 8 years later, we were still battling rumors that the hero had survived his execution and was on the verge of gathering people to fight against tyranny once more.
Abelard scoffs.
Needless to say, the rumors were baseless. As for the current situation, we have sufficient enforcers to deal with it.
But on this ship, the word of the Lord Captain carries more weight than a salvo from 100 bolters. I'm sure that if the rogue trader addresses the malcontents directly, he will quell the unrest.
I dread to think what problem you will disturb the rogue trader with next. Perhaps you will ask the Lord Captain to break up brawls in the mess room. I have already given you the means to resolve this problem. You simply need to use them.
If I may, your lordship, sending a hit squad to crush the rebellion is a means of ignoring the problem, not solving it.
I'm certain Seneschal was acting within his authority, but I will verify the soundness of his decisions for myself.
Throne preserve you, Lord Captain. I thank you for your support.
Abelard grits his teeth slightly.
An enterprise bordering on the sophomoric, but please yourself, Lord Captain. However, I categorically insist that I escort you.
Certainly, Abelard, I'd see nothing less. Bring everyone. Because apparently it looks like there might be combat. Otherwise, we wouldn't bring everyone. Oh.
Once we're done with this, do we want to let load out or save and load in so that Az can...
Yeah, I was going to try to do that once we actually have a point where we can actually save instead of being locked in dialogue and things. It says precedent key, but I did. Is it waiting for someone else?
It is waiting for other players.
For the
2 of
first
3
several
confirmed.
rounds after receiving an injury, a character will have
Try
only a
clicking
fresh
the
injury.
button.
Fresh injuries can be instantly healed with a medikit. If left untreated, a
I'll
fresh
copy
injury
here.
turns into an
Yeah,
old
I already
injury.
clicked.
Old
That's the first
injuries
one to
require
click.
a successful Medici
So
test
have
to be
I.
healed.
I don't know. Azrael, is it asking you to click?
No, I'm still in the co-op mode area.
Okay, it says precedent key for me, but I mean, I'm hitting a key. You can hear it. We may have engaged our first issue, boys.
Well, yeah.
Report.
Well, I guess it's our second, because the corrupted save was the first. Well, should I force quit and restart, or what?
For the first several rounds after receiving an injury,
Man,
a character will have
I
only a
mean,
fresh
unless you can
injury.
magically wave a
Fresh
wand and
injuries
make
can
it
be
suddenly
instantly
work.
healed with a
I
medikit.
can't that I know
If
aware
left
of.
untreated, a fresh injury turns
There's
into
no
an
other
old
menu
injury.
or pop-up or
Old
anything.
injuries require a successful
I mean, I can
Medici
pop
test to be
the
healed.
mod menu up, but that doesn't really help us.
Is there something in the logs from it? It's having.
I can look.
I
Nope.
doubt.
And I mean, I can't get any other one to pop up. Well, they're
Hey.
closed.
Now I'm in.
Yeah, me too.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, but DM is not.
Can we play the game? Oh, it's syncing still. There it goes. Well.
I'm exiting out of this down to main menu so that we can. Have to rejoin, I guess. Same lobby, right?
That'll be
Please
new
work.
code.
Yeah, it'll be a new code. Alright, I'm gonna get into that map so that it will hopefully not have additional issues. Then again, it might not do it this time. Oh,
Lord
it will.
Captain, sorry to disturb you. Vigdis pauses, as if listening to something. It's pandemonium outside the bridge gate. One of the officers seems to be demanding an audience with you in person. I think I hear Master Viserian's voice. In any case, I wanted to warn you in advance.
I figured it makes sense to actually get into the map and then do it so that we don't have to get everyone to click, and then click, and then click again.
The everyday sounds of the bridge are the young.
Very well.
Lord Captain. Lieutenant Avril Vent, requesting permission to speak.
Vent falls silent, and then add.
Yes. This... Lord Captain. I urge you to investigate the action. The situation could...
I shall explain.
I beg you to hurry.
I will not hurry.
You were far too heavy-handed, Seneschal Verserian.
Depot 4 is...
Depot 4 is poor and troubled.
I see no...
For my part, I urge...
I would not deem it a problem.
But on this ship,
I dread to think what...
if I may, your lordship, sending a hit squad to crush... Throne preserve you...
Abelard grits his teeth slightly.
An enterprise bordering on the sophomoric, but please yourself, Lord Captain. However, I categorically insist that I escort you.
Once it's in there, I will save, and then we will be able to load. So here we are, save. Cooperative. There it goes. Create a lobby, choose a save, do the quick save, get the code, give you all the code. New code.
Do we get
How
a
do
pick
I-
who we play as, or does it automatically load?
It automatically does.
It automatically assigns who you had before. Why, what's up?
Yep.
Did you want to try somebody different?
It's done really well at handling things, so. Waiting for other players. 2 of 4 have confirmed. 3 of 4 have confirmed. 4 of 4 have confirmed. And if we go and look... well, you did have him assigned.
The
Now you have him
enforcers have
assigned.
tormented us enough.
I had to move her last time because...
The Divine watches over us.
You had to step away.
Hey, it's Verserian. Take that, scum. Look who it is. This is all his fault. All of it.
Well then.
Abelard reflexively wipes the sweat from his brow in a startlingly human gesture, and a telling one. A rare moment where he allows his age and weariness to show through his armor-like veneer of self-assurance.
The lower decks are a source of endless problems. Sometimes I dearly regret that we cannot replace all the locals with servitors.
From right here.
The people dared to disrespect a senior officer.
They would not have the chance to express such disrespect if we were not here, and if the situation had been dealt with by the relevant officers.
Abelard grimaces.
It is a junior officer's worst failing, to pass problems up the chain of command. I have never been able to abide it. I shall say it again. It was a mistake to come here on Lieutenant Vent's whim, Lord Captain.
Oh, I'm actually hoping we find heretics, because then we can draw them out. Do you not understand bait? Come on, Abelard, you're supposed to be the tactician here.
I must admit that the lieutenant is by no means the worst material for an officer.
Abelard adds peevishly.
But, in the name of Tira, the girl is the same age as my eldest great-granddaughter. And she has the gall to tell me how to manage the lower decks and hunt down cultists. It will be another 20 years at least before she can be trusted to act without oversight.
Did you hear they were shouting your name?
Of course they were. The organization of the daily, routine life of the ship rests upon my shoulders. The mountain of challenges and problems from which I endeavor to insulate you, Lord Captain. The situation on the lower decks has been a cause for concern, and I have intervened personally on more than one occasion. That must be why they remember me. They do not know your face. To them, you are akin to a creature of legend, one who has stood on the steps of the Golden Throne, no less. Whereas I am the man whose name is attached to every order docking rations or lowering a bay's heating.
Very well, let's keep moving and get to the bottom of this.
The
Interesting.
enforcers have tormented us enough.
Left, right. Which way are we going first?
Something
Should probably
resembling a
stay
nest
relative.
We
made
shall
out of
reclaim
thermal
what is
insulation
rightfully
material.
ours.
This must be where the
Investigate
workers sleep
cautiously.
between shifts.
We won't stand for it anymore.
Do we need to hit these valves or something?
Our children are freezing.
Let us walk
We're
his
done nothing
path
wrong,
to the
and
end.
we're being punished. We
Interesting.
won't stand for it anymore. Relax, old man. Going for a stroll on the lower
There's
decks
the
every once in a while is good for you.
lieutenant's right up over here.
Let's you see how this.
The sounds of a heated
And someone
discussion
triggered the
reverberate through the
dialogue.
ship's base. Lieutenant Avril Event of the ship's enforcers is barring the path of a heavily built assault unit officer, and judging by their expressions and tone, the standoff has dragged on for some time already and has now reached boiling point.
Sounds about right.
I have my orders. To put an end to the unrest and purge the sector.
You can take your orders and shove them. This is my deck and my sector. There are only 3 people who can waltz in here without my express permission: the first officer, the rogue traitor, and the Emperor himself.
So not all my lessons fall on deaf ears.
Abelard mutters in crabby approval. He does not clarify whether he means Lieutenant Vent, the officer looming over her,
Jesus.
or both.
Probably both.
Your lordship.
Noticing you, the 2 junior officers snap to attention and salute, their subordinates following suit a moment later.
And what is the situation here?
Your lordship, my people have locked down the bay where the strikers are, including their leaders. We have the situation under control as far as resources allow.
Melkov, you are always going with Abelard's statement of destruction.
Gotta crush these rebellions before they can grow. They're like a cancer.
Their conduct has been disrespectful of late. They even threw things at us on the way here. Appalling.
Vent pales slightly.
The people are getting desperate, clearly. They saw the assault unit and they decided they had nothing left to lose. I mean, I apologize, Lord Captain. It is outrageous. I'm sure the people simply didn't recognize you. It wouldn't have occurred otherwise. We will deal with them, once the current situation is resolved.
Are you worthy of the officer's rank, Vent? I do want to know your perspective on such.
Vent pales slightly, but straightens up and clips out.
Forgive me, Lord Captain. I will take steps to ensure such a thing does not happen again.
See that you will. Let me speak with these discontents and give them one simple warning. Serve or die.
Abelard's mouth twists,
The
but
or
he
die
restrains
has already
himself
been,
and says
selected.
nothing.
Keep that in mind.
See? Abelard knows. My will is law.
Right you are, Lord Captain. Allow me to wish you good luck.
Hope gleams in Lieutenant Vent's eyes.
Besides, what better to end up crushing their point of view than
Let
when they
the
start
faith
mouthing
guide
off
my
at you
path
and me,
to
we just
glory.
lightning
We won't
blast the
stand
whole
for it
group
anymore.
Exactly. See, now you're getting
The enforcers
it.
have tormented us enough.
You're understanding what must be done. Azrael, are you... well,
A dozen pairs of eyes stare apprehensively at you.
Yeah.
The people before you are typical inhabitants of the lower
Azrael
depths.
has Argenta
You
way
take on their
behind.
simple clothing, crude weapons, and faces that display varying levels of mutation, from the barely discernible, to the strange, to the outright grotesque.
Isn't he right here with us?
A whisper passes through the crowd, and you detect a mixture of fear, astonishment, and joy in their reactions. Finally, 3 people
Real,
break
what?
away from the crowd. An elderly woman and 2 men. These must be the leaders. They bow clumsily before you.
Lord Captain. You have come down to us.
We were attacked on the way here. Do you care to explain that?
Here's an explanation for you. The people have been pushed to their limit, and now they're lashing out. As if we don't know why these top deck units are being sent down here, like that one there that the lieutenant won't let past.
But you attack the Lord Captain. the servant of the Emperor. Do you wish that I encourage them to purge the deck, or do you wish to commit recompense?
Our clans are all inside the bay that's been sealed off. But the lower decks are big. I'm sure there are some people who've had just about enough. We're getting it from all sides. The soldiers have encircled the ones who've risen up. A death squad has just arrived. It's no wonder folks are lashing out.
Get the heresy right off the ship.
It's a consideration.
Their words seem sincere to you. Their body language and the glances traded between them reveal that the news of the attack has shocked them.
That as far as it goes.
What is troubling you? Why are you striking? Our vessel must move for the will of the Emperor.
Spacing people is the simplest way of execution on a ship.
Your lordship.
Says a tall, thin man in worker's garb.
All we're doing is
get a bunch of blood
asking
and gore
questions,
all over the ship.
saying what we think.
Well, that's why we don't want to do that.
Mess. And I mean, when people die, they shit, so you don't want to clean up shit either.
Exactly.
The thing that gets me on this, though, is that you actually put somebody into vacuum, it takes like 12 seconds for their every cell wall in their body to rupture. That's pretty goddamn messy, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but it's outside the ship. You don't have to care about the mess outside the ship. You don't have to clean that.
We'll see what can be done. There will be recompense for their poor deeds, but we will see what it can be done.
Wait, these people think they're allowed to think? What?
That is the funny thing.
They must not realize they're in the Imperium of Man.
They forgot the subcontract on their life when they were born that stated serve or die. We'll remind them of the conduct soon.
Well,
shut up, Rivet.
Snaps the old woman, who turns her hostile dark
now
eyes
she's
on you.
Spitting on the
Here's
floor
the deal,
at your feet.
your lordship. Your damned enforcers are all over us down here. They say they're looking for cultists, one wrong word and they're reaching for their batons. If they want to punish someone, they turn off the heating to whole bays for a week at a time, so we get sick and freeze. In my clan, 2 little ones died from inflammation in their lungs, all because of those enforcers.
The old woman spits on the floor and rubs at the spittle with the toe of her worn-out shoe.
Kind of think she's going to have to put her head forward as responsible party so that everyone else can not pay. But no, she probably won't be willing to do that either, right?
Argenta does not interrupt the workers, but you see the sadness well in her eyes when the children's deaths are mentioned. She quietly whispers a requiem prayer and makes a sign over herself.
I said Argenta's got a soft spot for kids, it seems.
Oh, yeah, she does. She's an orphan.
You're gonna be really upset when we have to burn down an orphanage for
That is
some
the
reason.
only enforcer officer who stood up for us. It's clear as day who had a mother from the lower decks, and who grew up amidships and has no fellow feeling toward us.
The grim man with a scarred face throws up his arms.
Your lordship, we're no villains here, we're honest workers, your servants. We plotted no disorder, we went on strike openly, and now we've got guns pointed at us.
I mean,
all we're
if the
doing is asking to be
orphanage is
allowed
full
to
of
work in
heresy,
peace
what are you gonna
without
do?
being harassed.
There's only one way to handle that.
Eppelard, do you have anything to add?
I authorized the use
Kill
of
'em
all
all.
necessary measures to locate Chaos worshippers hiding in the sector. The specific steps taken by the officers were not reported to me.
Abelard frowns, clearly disgruntled at having to explain himself in the workers' presence.
Nevertheless, I am certain that their actions were justified. Cultists are no drunken stevedores, they are the enemy and a threat to the ship. Neutralizing them demands decisive action.
I was told one of you was found in possession of a cultist amulet, and that there are heretics among you. Care to explain this?
A cultist amulet? What's that? The gewgaw they found on the dead drunkard? If it was something evil or forbidden, we sure didn't know. The enforcers just said they were looking for heretics among us, and anyone obstructing their investigation would be punished. But how could there be heretics here? We know our own people, there have been no new faces around. Definitely not. And if there were, we'd be the first to report them.
And as for this amulet, or whatever it is, they took it off a dead body. There are no cultists still breathing in our sector, that's for sure. But when that fight broke out, some enterprising folks looted the bodies. The boots they came back with. Nobody's ever tread these decks in boots so fine, I can tell you that. Seems to me these cultists have better commanders than us.
That sounds like heresy
yeah.
to me.
Those boots really were fine. And there was no harm in taking them, right? As for the amulet, it must have been pocketed by someone who didn't know any better. We don't need any amulets around here. We all worship the Emperor, and when we're working we bow down before the machine spirits of the large and small transformers and the servo motor, the same way my grandfather was taught 100 years ago by a tech priest who came calling. Believe us, your lordship, we are people of faith.
Interesting.
Naive children. Weren't you taught from an early age about the dangers of the archenemy's creations? Weren't you warned that any unfamiliar object could be one of them?
I like how she's stepping in for that.
We were told, Holy Sister. But it was long ago. The last time we saw a confessor in our sector, it was just after I'd had my third little one. That is regrettable. But you cannot lay the burden of leading a righteous life on the shoulders of the Holy Fathers. Who will you blame when beasts crawl out of those amulets you stole from the heretics? The Holy Father who was not there, or the scavenger who brought evil down on himself and his neighbors?
So what changes are you desiring?
Would you look at this? The exalted Lord Captain himself is asking us bilge rats what we want. Well, here's what. We want you to rein in your damned enforcers, to quit turning off the heat, and to stop battering everything that moves. No, that's not it. We want the enforcers gone from here, and we want to be armed. Give us arms, and we'll govern ourselves. We'll defend ourselves if these cultists do show their faces. I've been leader of my clan for 20 years now. Getting rid of these club-wielding thugs can only improve things around here.
You've gone too far,
Let's give them
old man.
guns.
They'll
Yes,
never let the
see?
maggots on the lower decks live without the enforcers breathing down their necks. They probably even insist on enforcers on the upper decks too. As for weapons, what do we need them for? Before the first day's out, we'll have someone shooting their neighbor out of stupidity or drunkenness.
See, I like Stagger.
We don't
He's
need that.
actually sane.
If the enforcers stop hassling us, that'll be enough. In return, we'll find the scavengers who robbed the cultists' bodies, and we'll talk to them, one lower decker to another. If there are any more of those damned amulets about, we'll hand them over to the enforcers ourselves.
But one of them's got the amulet. I say he spaced the lot.
Hmm?
One of them's got the amulet. I say he spaced the lot.
I mean,
Get the heresy off the ship.
the amulet has already been collected. There's been no proof that there's another one as of yet.
But there's one,
You
there's
speak for
always
yourself
more.
and your clan, and I'll speak for me and mine. I don't want empty gestures. I want real change. They'll promise us the world now, but as soon as the Anointed One turns his back, these brutes will be on us even harder than before. All because we dared to speak out.
I'm about to execute you and appoint the other two over your sector. Curb your tongue, fool.
The tall worker's eyes dart between the two arguing leaders. Every few seconds, he opens his mouth as if planning to agree, but each time he falls silent, simply making a few vague noises of approval.
Spreading anarchy on a ship is the first step towards embracing chaos. Putting weapons into untrained hands would be even worse. What's more, the enforcers are needed to maintain oversight and order. Withdraw the demands, and we'll consider the rest.
The tall worker they call Rivet shrugs and casts a sidelong look at the old woman.
Old Nan, listen. Listen. The Lord Captain himself has come down to us and is offering concessions. And I don't know a single person in the whole of Depot 4 who's ever stood next to the rogue trader, let alone talk to them. Back down. Now's no time for you to be a stubborn old crone.
Yes! He said it. He said it, so we didn't have to.
Look, chainswords need
Listen
to be
to us,
oiled with
old
the
man.
blood of
The
others.
3 clans of Depot 4 ought to
frequently.
act as one.
Old
We've made our
Nan
minds
might
up.
get to be
It's
your
your turn to
oil.
decide. Don't ask them to disband the enforcers or give us weapons. We don't need any of that.
Rivet and Stagger seem to actually be intelligent leaders. The other one's just cranky.
The old woman hisses in dissatisfaction.
You two are ganging up on me, is that it? So brave you are against an old woman. But I'll shut up. I will, indeed. I won't go against 2 clan leaders on my own. If you want to make peace with the enforcers, make your peace.
That's great, just fantastic. Lord Captain, we're all agreed.
Abelard, do you have any additional thoughts? And I see you're saying 3. I'm just gonna have you speak first.
The story about going scavenging for boots and accidentally picking up a heretical amulet doesn't convince me. These people were moments away from rebelling and, possibly, becoming minions of the archenemy. We must not give them what they want. Even if they did acquire something innocently, purely out of their own stupidity, that does not mean they are not tainted with corruption.
Guilt by association
What begins
is
as
the
petty thievery
standard
can
in
turn
this,
into a far
Right.
graver problem. I have seen it before.
Abelard's face darkens momentarily.
In my second war, there was a sergeant in the Imperial Guard regiment that was stationed nearby. The sergeant took
They'll
an
be
ordinary
easily
pocket knife from
replaced
the
when we
body
go
of
to
the
the prison
heretic,
planet.
and his whole unit lost their lives for it. When they finally managed to break into the barracks, they found not a single survivor, only the pocket knife, which had grown through all the rows of beds like a metal choking vine. So, when it comes to scavengers, malcontents,
Or we can recruit
strikers,
more on
or
minorities.
whatever they'll turn into next, my verdict is simple: give them no quarter.
I mean, he has a point.
They don't have to be voluntary either. So.
Press gang it is.
Yep.
You know, how things used to work back in the old day. You pass out drunk in the alley, wake up chained to an oar.
See, I'm tempted to go with 3 because it is the Imperium of Man, but I'm tempted to go with 2 because we're already short on personnel.
You've also already
But
gone.
we're about to go replenish. We'll be fine.
You've
Were we
also,
saying nuts?
prior to this, gone iconoclast as your method of doing stuff to try to save people, versus trying to just say people are an expendable resource. That's your call based on how you want your character to play.
Yeah, that's part of what I'm trying to figure out. Because he's
If
kind
you're
of in
going
between the
pure
two.
If you're going iconoclast, it's 2. If you're going dogmatic, it's 3.
Is what?
Dogmatic is 3.
Iconoclast would be 2.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that you get
Heretic-
points, but
Well-
that's just
Well, unless
Heretical would
it,
have been
says it,
giving
in
them
tag,
guts.
unless it says it in tags, it won't change
Yeah.
Right.
your standing.
So here's the thing. If we were playing a tabletop game, right, which is what we all talk about, I would actually pick a response more in line with the 2. Like in between the 2.
Yeah.
Where it would be part of line 2, part of line 3. So the persecutions will stop. You will look for any remaining amulets and weapons. However, the guard
the old woman and her clan get spaced.
will continue on.
As example.
Yes. And the woman who is choosing to cause additional problems and being upset, she and her clan can go ahead and commit decimation, drawing straws, and then we will have peace because she is obviously causing discontent. So I would want her removed.
Yep. Unfortunately, not an option. Pick
That's what
one.
I'm saying. Like, that's why I'm having a trouble between these two, because I want something in between the two. Because
Well, you
I
don't
do
get
see
that.
giving them some, tell the enforcers back off a little bit, because everyone's kind of on edge. At the same time,
It's better to excise a little bit of the healthy flesh around the tumor and not miss any of the tumor.
correct. But see, the other two don't seem to be for that. They seem to agree that, it is a problem. And just wanting...
They may agree, but they're tainted. They've been in proximity of corruption.
So has Abelard, because he said he was down here.
No, not for this. I'm talking about this event.
Okay. But so has Abelard. Therefore, Abelard is tainted by your own
No, he wasn't.
admonition.
Not for this. He wasn't down here for this.
No, he
But look at what he just
came-
said. He'd been around heretical stuff
past.
before,
In the
but he
past
still
for other
has.
things.
So by your own admonition, though, you're still saying that Abelard is also. That's the only
No,
problem.
'cause he's not rabble.
Pick one. Flip a coin if you have to. Oh wait, that's leaving it to chance. That's chaos. Sorry.
That's Zinch. I don't know if we should embrace Zinch.
Then pick 3.
Uh,
That's the most anti-Zinch option.
or you could just kill innocent people.
Innocent? What's that?
Tell you what, my fingers are going on both keys, and we'll see which one gets hit. It didn't work.
Your lordship, thank you. You have not abandoned us lower deckers.
You saw
You
it
came
pushed
yourself and
both.
settled everything. I'll tell my grandchildren about this.
Oh, mine just went from one screen
Of
to the
course,
next.
your lordship. We'll root out any nasty
Neither of
business
them
faster than
highlighted.
the enforcers, and we'll leave no stone
Well, they're both
unturned.
highlighted. That's what I was saying. So I'm just pointing out, I did hit both.
Hail the Lord Captain. They showed
That was
mercy
my
on
way
us.
of
I
letting
can't believe
it
You're
pick.
the
I'm sure if
traitor.
anything will
You
change
know,
the
pick
you're
course.
both.
the traitor. You don't have
At
to
least we've been
justify it.
shown mercy.
Oh, no. I was explaining how it worked and what happened, actually. Like, that is what I did. I actually hit both numbers. Intentionally.
Let us see what
This
I
page is where the
found.
start of each shift is marked. The last mark is missing. The workers went on strike. The heat sink warms the air around it to a scorching temperature. This is the warmest part of the bay. The workers have even dragged deck chairs here.
With each
Lord
step,
Captain,
I
key greetings,
forge my
your graces.
destiny among the
Thank yous.
stars.
The gauge shows that the steam pressure in this pipe is close to the maximum. However, it does not reach the bars at the other end.
G greetings.
Stopping unexpectedly, Abelard imperiously dismisses the unit to stand at a distance, and addresses your other companions, saying,
I have an urgent matter to discuss with the Lord Captain. Please give us a moment.
What did you just do?
Nothing.
Abelard
That
looks
just
at you,
triggers when
and
you
his
walk in a
last
certain
vestiges
spot.
of restraint vanish.
Well, are you pleased with your investigation, Lord Captain?
No, I
Now
can't
all
do
the
anything. I'm
characters
stuck.
running all the way over there.
I didn't step over there.
Somebody did. So it
I
just
was
triggers this event.
way back on the other place.
Yeah, I was
You
on the
count
other
out
end
to
of
the
the
disloyal
room.
rabble.
And then all
You
the
believe their
all the
lies and
characters
show
have
them
to run to
leniency.
this point, and then it triggers
Next
the
time the ship
conversation.
is attacked by cultists,
Whenever one
that rabble
person,
will
one
welcome them
character
in with
steps
open
into
arms
that,
and allow them
that
to reap
triggers
whatever havoc
area.
they like, because they see you as a weak leader.
Okay. Well,
Is that how you see your future at the helm of the Von Valencius Protectorate?
we always have Malkov leaning into going with Abelard's statements.
We're role playing, right?
Let us speak quickly on your part in all of this. You nearly guaranteed a revolt, did you not?
I would have handled the situation myself had you not decided to intervene.
Abelard says irascibly.
Remember Lord Captain Theodora? Do you think she ever set one slippered foot on the lower decks? No, she did not. Such matters were left to myself and the junior officers while she dedicated herself to her grand designs for the Protectorate, as any true strategist and rogue trader ought.
One is just great.
That's going to piss Abelard off since he's like infatuated with her.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
I'd be willing to trust my seneschal and not fill my head with such matters, but the situation spiraled out of control, did it not, Abelard?
Abelard's face relaxes slightly.
You're right. At least as concerns junior officers making complaints directly to you. And
Abelard stands straight at attention.
I lost my temper, Lord Captain. And I believe I ought to explain myself.
Abelard speaks slowly, the words not coming easily to him.
The prosperity of the Von Valencius Protectorate is not just an empty phrase to me. I left the Imperial Navy for the chance to see it flourish. It was the most momentous decision of my life. I did it because I saw in Lord Captain Theodora's deeds the sign of true greatness. Rogue traders do not simply forge new routes and capture worlds, they create order out of anarchy. That creative impulse was entirely lacking during my time in the military.
Himself into the goo.
Right? That's what I was wondering. Like, why is he standing in the goo? Blech. Heresy. Told you Abelard is tainted by heresy.
So I left behind everything I had known, everything my family had known.
barf.
I come from a long line of officers, and I embarked upon this incredibly reckless venture.
Well, the people you
Lord
just let
Captain
live through
Theodora
it there.
entrusted me with all the concerns she had no time for. She would go off on her flagship for long periods, to distant frontiers, on scouting voyages, and the advancement of the entire protectorate rested on my shoulders. And then suddenly, everything that had been built over years and years began to quake, rattling like a flimsy hanger on a seismically active world. One of the senior officers betrayed us all, the rogue trader was killed, and who knows what is happening on the planets. I tell you this honestly, without fear of appearing weak. All this has come as a grievous blow to me. I am not panicking or grieving because I cannot allow myself to panic or grieve. I am duty-bound to aid the new rogue trader, to aid you, to find your footing as quickly as possible. And to do that, I must insulate you from problems that in the past have been dealt with by tried and tested procedures set out in the ship's regulations. Procedures that were established long ago and have functioned smoothly for decades cannot suddenly be deemed excess to requirements.
And we'll split that right down the middle.
I do understand, but you also need to understand, Abelard. I did not seek to become road trader. It was thrust upon me, and I am doing my best here. And there's a new world here, a world where Theodora is gone, unfortunately. And we need to forge new worlds, new ties. And I have to make decisions.
Abelard solemnly inclines his head.
Yes, Lord Captain.
After a moment's silence, he adds, looking at you with interest.
Your resolve is admirable and demonstrates strong leadership. I shall remember this moment, should my old habits ever begin to creep back in. And now, please, let us leave the lower decks. If the rogue trader desires to stretch his legs, there are far more suitable places.
What, you mean you're not coming down here to drink rock gut?
I serve the Golden Throne.
You don't think that the Emperor would like rock gut?
Probably not. So is there anything else you can actually do down here or not?
No.
Huge pipes, the arteries of the ship,
Okay.
run through many bays,
So
delivering
the valves
air,
don't
water,
do anything right
heat,
now?
and the propulsive force of steam.
Oh, there's a
Yes,
door.
they do. If you follow the
Greetings,
blue pipe, they
Your
do.
Graces.
Okay. If you follow the loop,
The blue pipe.
the blue pipe.
Yeah. If you come over here with somebody with high awareness.
High awareness?
Oh wait,
Remember,
we don't
Till is
have
your
anybody
devotion.
else in the group now.
Yeah,
They all
because
left.
someone
laxity
triggered it.
are transgressions in the eyes of the Emperor.
Yeah, I don't know if we can do it without. Come over here and see if you triggered
We
it.
shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Can you examine that pipe end there?
I don't see anything popping up with the pipe end.
That's unfortunate. Oh well. I think it's a couple grenades.
There's a door over here.
I think it's
What's
an
through the
alternate
door?
way out, right?
I'm not sure. That's why I want to go look. Nope, it's a room with more pipes.
Gee, greetings, your graces.
Hey,
Inside the box, a string of scratched letters runs along the edge, different first
There's a
names but
valve
the
here,
same
too.
surname. It looks like this box has been passed down in the family from generation to generation.
Wow. Nobles from the upper decks, down here to see us.
Wow. Nobles from the upper decks,
The
down here to
divine
see us.
watches over us.
can we solve the pipe thing without actually seeing that or not?
I don't know.
This page is where the start of each shift is marked. The last mark
Okay,
is
so you
missing.
said follow the
workers went
pipe,
on
so
strike.
it would go from there to here, over to here to the one I hit already. But then where?
So it comes out here.
Up here,
Under the
back
walkway,
down and
down.
over.
Then up over to here.
That's yellow.
G greetings, your
Then
graces.
back down under there. Under there. I can see it running underneath. Under there.
Nothing is happening. Perhaps turning a different valve will work.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
Like this one's yellow, not blue.
The
This
children of
one's
the
blue.
Imperium shall fear
The blue's
unrighteousness
underneath.
and bend the knee before the throne of terror.
The blue one comes out.
Oh, yeah,
where-
there's goods here.
Let us walk
they're there
this
now?
path
Yeah.
to the end.
Yep. Okay. We were able to do it.
Unlocked.
Accomplished.
Oh, cool.
It's like a grenade or something.
Yeah, a few grenades.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not a big deal, but it's kind of
Consumables.
cool. Kind of cool
Yeah.
to be able to do it.
Lord Captain.
All right,
Or at least it didn't lock
We
us
are
out.
bound
back
by
up
the
we
blood
go.
of
Maybe we
martyrs.
can actually get to our destination this time.
Interruption after interruption after interruption.
I still say the old crone is the one that needs to pay. She's causing dissidence.
Three of four.
Waiting for one of you.
Not me.
We are ready for
There we
any
go.
orders, Lord Captain.
Tuning plasma thrusters. Standing by to
All right,
receive
since
data.
everyone will need to level up, let's just get to the destination and then we can level up everyone. Except for Malkov has already done Abelard.
Yeah, I already knew what I was picking, so it took me like 2 seconds. Toughness and combat mastery.
Sounds good.
Combat mastery means that people can't gang up on you and get a combat bonus in melee because there's
Oh, nice.
more enemies than allies.
That's good. I see why you did that. Someone
And
needing
then
to click.
toughness brought me up to, I think, a 70.
As real. Nuts. Wanna be okay.
I already did.
Nope, you're good. And we're gonna need to click the buttons again.
Many more times. There's gonna be a lot of zoning in there. Oh no, wait, not this one. Not right away. This one's mainly 2 or 3 big zones, I think.
2 of 4, 3 of 4, 4 of 4 confirmed. Oop.
As the ship makes its way through the star system, a strange fatigue falls over you.
Of course.
Your eyelids
Another
grow heavy,
interruption.
and the quill you have been using to draw up yet another order falls from your hand. You raise your head with a start. Someone else is here, in your study. You stand up and stare at the dozens upon dozens of corpses surrounding you. Among their number, you recognize the disfigured and blooded faces of those who died on the ship's bridge and those you met in your previous life. How is this possible? Where are the enforcers posted to stand guard? It matters not, you are alone against a horde of heretics risen from the darkness to take your life.
That's not cool.
As if of its own accord, the shard lying on the edge of the desk, the sole remnant of Konrad Voigtva's weapon, slips into your hand. The metal is searing cold. The dead sway from side to side, closing in around you in a nightmarishly slow advance.
Kneel before the road, traitor, your lives are mine.
All you hear in response is unintelligible voices, whispers, moans, and derisive laughter. Anger ignites your chest, and you clutch the shard, which ravenously bites into your palm with its sharp edge. An unbearably bright light floods everything around, and you find yourself surrounded by groveling minions, their bodies shivering in your mere presence. Your hands no longer hold a pitiful shard, but a majestic and intricate weapon. A skillfully crafted sword with strange, unnerving proportions, a curved design, and an unusual hilt adorned with the image of a closed
Now
eye.
the heretics are worshipping you.
Yeah, I'm not
How
sure
are
I'm
you?
okay with this. I'm kind of not okay with this. I serve the Golden Throne.
The eye opens wide, revealing a gaze so ancient and dark that it steals your breath away. You have felt this gaze before. There, on the bridge. And the voice that appears in your mind only confirms your guess. The tapestry is woven. The path is chosen. Accept your
Nobody
fate,
gets,
champion.
Never.
Nothing.
Your body
ever
refuses to obey
good
your mind.
comes from wielding
The
a
handle
demon
feels
sword.
as if it has become one with
Ask
your
Elric.
hands, and the gaze of the demonic eye sets your very soul ablaze. Resisting your fate is futile. You scream as you feel your soul burn away to ash.
Would you say nuts?
I said nothing ever good comes from wielding a demon sword. Just ask Elric.
Yeah.
You awaken from the vision kneeling next to your desk, clothes drenched in sweat and with a sour taste on your tongue. Your head is ringing, and you struggle to recall those faces and the image of the sword in your hands. Only the deep cut on your palm and the blooded shard lying on the floor remind you of what just transpired.
I want to give this to the Inquisition immediately.
You would rather die than touch that thing again, so you reach a shaking hand for your vox and call for a servitor. Now you just have to wait for the mindless automaton to arrive, pick up the cursed artifact, and head for the nearest airlock to be claimed by the void.
No, that's not wise. I want to give it to the Inquisition. Apparently I don't have a choice.
Torquemada doesn't want it.
Well, see, the problem is launching it into the void doesn't guarantee its existence is ceased. I want it to be purified by the Inquisition and burnt. All right, where is the place we're supposed to go? So we can once again click more buttons. Yeah, it doesn't show me because I had to get close enough to see it in the first place.
The vessel stands ready, Lord Captain.
Can we get there?
Nope. 2 more interruptions at least.
Right? We've literally had 3 interruptions just getting here.
Just go to the prison planet. Nobody listens to me.
Starport. Extractum. Everyone. Let's go, everybody.
Interrupted on the dropship on the way down to the planet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they don't just sit there in silence on the dropship, right? They have a conversation.
You'd think. 3 of 4.
Gain true vision.
Well, this
Renounce
planet
false
appears
sight.
to be
All will
fucked.
be revealed.
Right?
40K! I mean, there is no time for peace, only
Renounce false
war.
sight. All will be revealed.
I mean, it's not called Peace Hammer.
War. War never changes.
Peace
Oh, look.
The
You made it.
starport greets you with the din of
That was
ordnance and the
great,
smell of
Ezreal.
explosives tickles your nostrils.
I
It is
mean,
difficult to
it's
tell
not-
through the smoke who is firing at whom.
It's not called Peace Hammer. It's called Warhammer.
Halt. Weapons on the ground, or I'm firing. Alright, so our skies are in lockdown, the rebels are shooting down anything that flies, and you lot just happened to land in our rear without a scratch to show for it? And on a shuttle like that, where did you get it? Stolen from the palace, isn't it?
He is visibly awed by the resplendent gold of your
We have to shoot
transport.
these idiots, aren't we?
Grab him, lads, we've got ourselves a rebel landing force.
Abelard turns purple.
By the Holy Throne, what is this mess?
Idira glances around.
They're in a rough spot, old man. Go easy on them.
You know,
Abelard, would you enlighten these fools on how to properly
I've changed my mind.
greet someone of the Emperor's?
Abelard clears his throat.
You stand before rogue traitor von Valencius,
You
you ignorant
ignorant worm.
Snap to attention this instant and give his lordship a formal report.
With a mixture of awe and terror, he snaps to attention, raises his freshly cut chin like an exemplary soldier, and barks.
Sergeant, somebody
My
shoot.
mistake, sir. At once. The starport is under the control of the governor's wardens. Perimeter commander is Sargia.
A frag grenade explosion cuts off the rest of the sergeant's words. Shrapnel flies everywhere with a piercing screech. One of the soldiers falls to the ground, clutching the remains of his forearm that is now adorned with
Wasn't a
crimson
shot,
tatters.
just a grenade.
Blood is pouring out of the stump, and the soldier's agony is short-lived. The sergeant curses and hastily says an army prayer for the dead. With a rasping cough, the sergeant turns back to you.
Pardon me, sir. Sergeant Lasse Malger reporting. My unit is holding the starport on the governor's orders. How may I serve?
Guy's not gonna go dick about the Inquisition.
Someone happened to shut down my shuttle, and they will pay for it.
Affirmative, your lordship, sir. It's all those damned rebels. Those maggots somehow got their hands on an anti-aircraft battery and it's causing our shuttles no end of trouble. That thing really packs a punch. You're lucky they missed you. I've seen them fry 2 shuttles carrying reinforcements. Not a soul survived.
What is going on here?
Unrest, sir. Armed rebellions in both the capital and the provinces. First the lower levels sparked, then it went up the spires. They hit the Vox hubs, the arsenals, the mag train stations.
Appalling.
Then Felix tore off his mask, precisely because he knew about the trouble on Rykad Minores. He knew that none of our allies would come to our aid.
Cassia lets out a sorrowful sigh.
You may continue your report, peasant.
My unit was here when it all went to the Groxes. The tech priests linked to satellites reported sightings of strange void ships in the system. They were orbiting the star until one of them set course for landing on Rykad Majoris. The governor took precautionary measures in order to increase security at the key facilities. Everyone knows that whenever something's not right, you better double the warden details. The alarm was raised, and we were sent to secure the starport. It's the only reason we were able to hold it. They're crushing us, the scumbags. It's been a whole turn since the last reinforcements came in. We're running low on ammo, every other fighter is wounded. I don't know how bad it is in the streets, but they'll drive us out of here any minute.
There you go.
Okay. How can a pathetic rebellion cause such a lackluster ceremony for in honor of a rogue trader's arrival?
Apologies, your lordship, sir. I couldn't have known, I wasn't notified. Had we known we were expecting such an eminent visitor, we would have, you know, at the double, with all due devotion.
Did you happen to know if there's a member of the Inquisition present?
At the word Inquisition, the sergeant's face fills with awe.
I don't know, sir. There definitely haven't been any visitors like that on my watch. You might have to inquire at the headquarters, your lordship, sir.
Very well. I'm gonna go see your governor.
If I may report, sir, as long as the rebels keep shooting their damned anti-aircraft battery, there is absolutely no way to shuttle you to the governor. It would have to be on foot, and the streets are dangerous.
Then so be it.
I have no one to send with you as an escort. I assigned all available troops to accompany the esteemed tech priest to the governor. I will voxcast orders to them to wait for you. And I'll inform headquarters, they better send out a convoy to meet you halfway. Meanwhile, we will follow the governor's orders and hold the line here.
Excellent.
Idira frowns as her gaze grows distant, as if she is looking through the sergeant.
You're a good soldier, but you've got a lot of blood on your hands. Both yours and others. You know, the same hand that salutes now might falter in
Oh,
darkness.
that's comforting.
Rank and epaulets won't save you from the bitterness.
Pardon me, my lady, but I can't get my head round these fancy words you're saying. I've seen plenty of blood, but, trust me, I'll fight till my last drop.
What tech priest is it you speak of? He may be the one we need.
A very important person from the Adeptus Mechanicus arrived on the last shuttle before they locked down the sky. He kept on asking whether anyone by the name of Amarant or Amarnat or something like that had recently arrived. Barely answered any of our questions, though, said he was under no obligation to tell us anything.
Sounds like someone we need on our ship.
He demanded to talk to the governor personally, so I had to send a quarter of my troops with him to keep trouble at bay.
Path that is dangerous. What exactly awaits me there?
The sergeant sighs heavily.
All of our roadblocks are gone, the whole place is in the rebels' hands. The city is almost lost, so no help will come, we are surrounded by rebels. And watch your step, sir, the streets are chock full of mines.
Mines, traps.
Mines.
His remark about mines lodges itself in your memory. More than anything, you will need to watch the ground and not your surroundings. You'd rather risk a shot from a rebel or a jittery soldier than experience a few handfuls of lethal frag shrapnel resting on top of some 300 grams of explosive Feis line.
Very well. We'll be sure your heroism is noted. Don't need to criticize
The
him
sergeant
quite yet.
blushes
He'll
slightly.
probably die anyways.
I live to serve.
Another explosion interrupts the sergeant's words. With a sigh of relief, he turns to his soldiers and spits out a booming series of commands.
Rumors.
Rumors. On your travels, you will hear many rumors. Those of them that are deserving of the rogue trader's attention are logged in a separate section of the journal, J. Sometimes rumors are just that. Other times there is truth to them, and in some cases there may be
everyone
even
hold
more.
here. Let's
To
level up.
verify a rumor, travel
alert's
to the
already
place
running off.
indicated in the rumor's
I'm
description.
just picking up the loot back here.
Oh, okay.
There's just some like
The grand
Stupid
viaduct for
symbol,
receiving
or,
esteemed guests is buried under the
we call
rubble.
it cargo stuff, like generic cargo shit.
Ah, got it.
Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barrage on launch pad 3.
Should I go for pyromancy or
If you want to do damage, pyromancy is a good
Artillery.
one, and so
Do you
is
copy?
or should I
Requesting a
go
barrage
with
on
like?
launch pad
Oh, I
3.
can't do Hammer of the Emperor yet. Never mind. I need Psi rating too.
yeah.
I can do
you'll
Shield of
have-
the Emperor.
That's
and
not a bad one if I remember correctly. Gives
I can't do
everybody who
Sword of
has
Faith
your
yet.
word
The grand
armor,
viaduct for
right?
receiving esteemed guests is buried
Shield
under
of the
the rubble.
Emperor. unit. Until the start of the Psyker's next turn, all allies affected by Word of the Emperor increase their deflection by Psyker rating.
Oh,
Artillery.
deflection.
Do you copy?
Yeah.
Requesting a barrage
And
on launch
armor
pad
rating
3.
by 10 plus 2 times ally resolve.
And the Word of the Emperor gives you resolve.
Artillery. Do you copy?
It's very good
Requesting a
synergy.
barrage on launch pad
So I
3.
should probably do that one.
Also, consider that that will unlock access to the next tier of the defensive side of the.
Artillery. Do you copy?
Yeah, as you
Requesting a
should be.
barrage on launch pad 3.
We've got some open ground here.
Okay, then I'll do that. Tech use, logic,
they change,
awareness.
so you have to have like the minor,
Artillery.
then the medium,
Do
then
you
the
copy?
high level
Requesting
power
a barrage on
to
launch
get
pad
through
3.
each category. And so that's like a second tier power for the
Sanctic.
defensive side of Sanctic. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I
Is there a
think I'm gonna-
recommendation
Artillery.
on which one to go
Do you
with?
copy? Requesting a barrage on launch pad 3. Artillery.
What are you thinking?
Do you copy?
Probably a
Requesting
lore.
a barrage on launch pad 3.
Because you were gonna max out the lore Imperium, correct?
I'd consider doing one of them. Imperium's already at 75, so that wouldn't be hard to do.
Artillery. Do you copy?
Well, no,
Requesting
I
a
mean,
barrage on launch pad 3.
You're not 100 is not the max.
No, I get that. I'm just saying, like, it's already at 75 opposed to 55,
Artillery.
which is, you know,
Do you
20
copy?
ahead already.
Requesting a barrage on launch pad 3.
So I'm saying Imperium makes the most sense to go for because it's already quite high.
Yeah, you want to keep.
If I'm
stacking
going
up
for
on
one of them.
on one of your higher skills.
Okay.
Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barrage on launch pad 3.
So Imperium, I can do that.
Because like demolition, I think is already better covered by Argenta.
I don't do well in demolition.
Artillery.
The
you copy?
awareness.
Requesting a barrage on
Everybody
launch
should
pad
have
3.
awareness if they can afford it, because I think every character gets a check against hidden items.
Rinks available.
Artillery.
One. What's that?
Do you copy? Requesting a barrage on launch pad 3.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Well, that's when you complete it.
Yeah.
That'll go away.
I'm thinking I'm
Artillery.
taking foreboding.
Do you copy? Requesting a barrage
Foreboding.
on launch pad 3.
Creates an area that lasts until the Stiker's next turn. All allies within that area gain 4 plus 2 times
It's
the Stiker's
brown-
high rating percentage dodge. It's a 10 cell
It's-
radius.
It's okay. Because of how mobile combat can be, I find that the entire class tactician I find to be bad because of the way the game plays, and that ability has the same problem. You're targeting
Which one
a
did you?
spot on the ground.
Which one did you say to take for Cassia?
I don't remember. Let me
Glimpse
look
Fate.
at
Reveal light.
Mix,
my
are
cave.
you considering picking up? Oh, you already have 2, right? Yeah. Divination.
This character
Oh, no.
is. Idira is divination already.
Why is it showing divination as an available option? That's weird.
You
Yeah.
already have the feature and it won't. It's locked. It shows it as locked because I already have it.
Yeah, not for me. For some reason, I can't see it that way. I don't know why.
That's weird.
Last time I looked at these, it showed which ones were valid choices. Held in My Gaze is amazing, and so is Reveal the Light. Reveal the Light or Mend Reality. One of those 2 first.
I can't do Mend Reality yet, so I can do the other one. Oh, for Mend Reality, you need Glimpse Fate or Revel in the Light, which we wanted Revel in the Light anyways, so we'll do that
Revel
one, and
the
then
Light-
we can do
Revel
Mend
the Light
Reality.
Reveal the Light is amazing.
Yeah,
It's
Reveal.
a huge boost to hit points and willpower.
And then she can choose a common talent.
Scroll down.
Stable routes.
Let's see here.
Stable routes don't sound bad. Whenever navigator uses a navigator ability, veil degradation is -1.
That's really good.
Should I do that?
Yeah, stable routes is really solid.
It's either that or I'm going to focus. Either that or I can make her a biomancer as well for the opportunity to try to heal people. And make.
Yeah, and you've got one of the best buffs in the game, Iron Arm, or something like that.
We'll go with biomancy.
Yeah, she makes a good biomancer. I mean, you can use a lot of her actions to buff and then throw off an
Artillery.
attack at the end.
Do you copy? Requesting a barge on launch pad 3.
Because once you have like prescience and what is
Artillery.
it?
Do you
Awareness
copy? Requesting a barge on launch
up
pad
on the
3.
target, then you don't need to be casting those every turn. You know, like they stay on the person the entire fight. So then you can start doing other things like
Well, that's
Artillery.
biomancy
Do you
buffs
copy?
and
Requesting a barge on launch pad 3.
that buff you get right away for taking biomancy. What's it called? Iron Arm. is
14
really
strength
good.
and toughness until the end of combat.
So first you cast that buff on
Artillery.
yourself that gives you
Do you
willpower,
copy?
and then you
Requesting a
cast
barge
that
on launch pad 3.
because that'll go up. That 14 is based off your willpower.
Yeah, I don't have. I don't
And,
have the one that's prescience, and I don't have that one yet.
Artillery.
Yeah, you'll get it
Do
eventually.
you copy?
Well, I could have picked it this
Requesting a
time, but
barge on
instead I
launch
took
pad 3.
biomancy this time so that I have iron arm right off the bat.
And
All right, so you guys
can
ready?
Also get warp speed is in biomancy. Warp speed's amazing
Artillery.
too.
Do you
With
copy?
each
Let's
step,
go.
Requesting a
I
barge on
forge
launch
my
pad 3.
destiny among the stars.
For the Emperor! Abelard, you can take the lead because it looks like it'll trigger fight and you need to kind of be in
Grovel
front anyway.
before
So there
the
we go.
faithful. I
Artillery.
will take you
Cassia
down.
is an officer and your ship's navigator. She strikes foes with energies of the
You
warp
say
and supports the
corpse
party by making her
starch?
allies stronger.
Is
Voice
that what
of
I just
Command is
heard?
an officer ability that increases an ally's characteristics for
Maybe
one
it's
round
something
and
like that.
also
You know,
allows
something
the
about
officer
Corpse
to use their
Emperor.
other officer archetype abilities on that ally from any distance. The higher
They
the
often
officer's
yell about
fellowship
that.
bonus is, the more the target's characteristics are increased. An
They don't
officer
know
can
the
use
Emperor's
Voice of
immortal.
Command again on the same ally only after 2 rounds
I
have
don't
passed
a way
since
to
its
get
first
anywhere where I can
application.
actually get in
Bring it
cover
down.
other than-
Is an officer
I'm staying
ability
back
that
here.
lets them
Sandbags.
immediately pass the turn to an ally.
I'm staying at sandbags. that's
The
what I'm
ally
saying.
does
I
not
couldn't
gain
get
any
in.
movement points for this extra turn, but they do gain a number
If
of
you
action
start further
points
to the right,
depending on the
there's
officer's
a bit
fellowship
of cover
bonus.
behind that
If the ally
bulkhead
is under
that
the
you can move
effective
into,
Voice of
but
Command and
that will
destroys
cut
an
off your
enemy
line of
before the
sight
end of
quite
the
heavily.
officer's turn, the ally will be granted extra momentum for this kill. Lidless Stare is a unique
You're probably
damaging
gonna wanna
ability
come
that
down to the
assails all
bulkhead where I
targets in a
am
white
after
cone
I've
in
moved
front of
down.
the navigator with
Yeah, I
warp
see.
energies.
You got it.
The damage
Should I
dealt is
stay
based
down
on
where
the
I am or should I
navigator's
stay
willpower
up
bonus.
or move up to the
All
sandbags?
creatures targeted by
It's
this
gonna
ability must
be-
pass a willpower resistance test or
As
become
far as
stunned.
what likely they are to hit you, the same difference probably. That
Yeah, it's
range
both half
difference isn't going to make much
Do you
difference,
copy?
but it will for your
Requesting a
movement.
barge on
So
launch
I
pad
think
3.
you're probably safe
Still
down there
right
unless
now.
they blow up the cover.
right.
Sometimes they blow up the cover. The sandbags are much more
The
durable.
unrighteous have come to take all that we have from us. Let us stand united,
Self?
my
You
brethren.
just need pats
bad.
constantly.
I shall endure
Whoa.
everything with unshakable
They get you?
faith.
I
Yeah.
shot him. Not horribly, but
It's not too bad.
Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barge on launch pad 3.
oh god. Oh, that's right. You still got run and gun. Are you going to be able to get to any kind of cover with the run and gun? Because I don't know if those look like explosives.
Artillery.
The ones on
Do
the
you
left will
copy?
blow up. The other ones will
Requesting a
just
barge
break
on launch
easy.
pad 3.
The big box won't break as easy as those two little ones.
All right. Well, you guys do this. I'm going to run and grab coffee
Artillery.
Okay.
just in
copy?
case Cassia
Requesting
comes
a
up
barge on launch
before
pad
I'm
3.
back. I'm going to drop her to you.
Alrighty. Do you have dash?
Not yet. I don't think he does.
Ooh.
Artillery. Do you copy?
Well,
It does have
Requesting a barge
dash.
on launch pad 3.
hopefully I'll be able to get out there and tie up people and draw attention. But
Yeah,
I
I've got
need to-
dash.
He's got the
Oh, okay, great. Dash is so good.
Artillery.
Right
Do you
there.
copy? Requesting a barge on launch pad 3.
When you get the chance, upgrading that Revel and Slaughter to only need 2 kills is amazing.
Artillery. Do you copy?
Revel and Slaughter is
Requesting
so
a barge
good.
on launch pad 3. Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barge on launch pad 3.
Until she ditched me, Argento was pumping out damage on mine. I built her as a bounty hunter, and she just stalked down a target and just annihilate it.
Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barge on launch pad
So
3.
we're
Bounty hunter gets Bounty hunter gets like 2 or 3 different ways to spend an action point to buff their next shot, and then they take that single shot, and it just wrecks things. Assassin
Artillery.
can do the same sort
Do
of
you
thing.
copy?
But
Requesting a
Bounty
barge
Hunter
on
has
launch
some
pad 3.
good options for AoE that Assassin doesn't really have.
Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barge on launch pad 3.
There, you've got both Iron Arm and the dodge one. Prescient.
Yeah.
Not prescience, but I can't say that.
All right, let's see here.
Artillery.
Let's go with.
Do you copy?
Let's make sure
Requesting a
Argento
barge on
doesn't
launch
fall
pad
over.
3.
And then.
Artillery. Do you copy?
There you go.
Requesting a barge on launch pad
Take
3.
a burst shot.
You just gave her another shot right now.
Yeah, just 2 more action points to attack
Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barge on launch pad 3.
Hey, Matt in the Hat, welcome in.
with. Burst that bruiser on the right, where he gets into melee with you. Or
Artillery.
that guy.
Do you copy? Requesting a barge on launch pad 3.
Hey, Matt. Thanks for the raid.
Huh. There we go. Oh, okay.
Artillery. Do you
Did you
copy?
like that? I even
Requesting a barge
shouted
on
him
launch
out while
pad
I
3.
was not here.
Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barge on launch pad 3. Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barge on launch pad 3.
Oh, good.
Artillery.
That's awesome,
Do you
man.
copy? Requesting a barge on launch pad 3.
It looked like you were making some progress. I was in your channel watching Cruel Fang message you. Speaking of Cruel Fang, hi. Welcome
Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barge on launch pad 3.
in. Yeah, it looked like it was going well. I could hear it faintly in the background.
Hey, Matt.
Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barge on launch pad 3.
Thanks for stopping by, buddy.
All right. Good choice, Matt. Thank you.
Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barge on launch pad 3.
Voice of the Emperor. I
Artillery.
cannot get
Do you copy?
Idira in
Requesting
the
a barge
mix,
on launch pad 3.
as well
Everybody
as
else.
Abelard and Argenta. So either I have to leave the 2 of them out or leave her out.
Artillery.
Lead
Do
me
you
out.
copy? Requesting a barge
Okay.
on launch pad 3.
For the Emperor!
So you got the guard with that too.
Artillery. Do you
You
copy?
want the shield of the Emperor,
Requesting a barge on
Malkoff?
launch pad 3.
Of course.
Actions will
He
speak
is
louder
out in the
than
open.
words.
That was kind of redundant. I kind of already knew the answer. But I figured I'd ask
Artillery.
anyways.
Do you copy?
And who are you going to shoot with
Requesting
that
barge
long
on
lance?
launch pad 3.
Rejoice in service.
All right, now I'm up to 5 deflection.
There we go.
Jesus.
Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barge on launch pad 3.
Bring death to the enemies of the Emperor.
Shotgun shot.
Yeah, it hasn't been long
Artillery.
enough
Do you copy?
for the
Requesting a
shutout
barge
to
on launch
work.
pad 3.
So you're only getting
Why did I not foresee this?
Oh, it's
spraying.
Artillery.
They're just
Do you
spraying.
copy?
They'll shoot their
Requesting a
own
barge on
more than
launch pad
us
3.
when they get bunched up. See, he just shot his own guy and killed him.
Just killed his own guy.
wow.
And another one almost died. The second one's almost dead from another shooter.
Erupt in mind.
They're
Artillery.
so bad with those
Do
last
you copy?
guys. They just shoot
Requesting a
everywhere.
barge on launch pad 3.
It's hilarious in my opinion.
Yeah, the follow links are there, just not the nice nifty Twitch pop-up.
Oh, shit.
Nothing.
Okay.
Artillery.
Oops.
Do you copy? Requesting a barge on launch
So the
pad
problem is
3.
I've taken damage, so I'm no longer at my +5, which is a bummers.
Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting barge on launch pad 3. Artillery.
I can't
Do
get
you
to
copy?
any other piece of
Requesting a
cover
barge
from
on launch pad
here.
3.
If you move across, you may be able to get to that heavy cover. But I can go to the heavy cover next
Artillery.
time if you want.
Do you copy? Requesting a barge on launch pad
I'm
3.
just looking at what
And then you
I
can run down where I'm at.
do.
Probably put Cassia out here.
Artillery. Do you copy?
Put Cassia up there.
Requesting a barge on launch
Yeah,
pad
because
3.
she can use her cone.
Well, you know, Matt, things happen.
Artillery. Do you copy?
Ads incoming? There shouldn't be ads
Requesting a
yet.
barge on launch pad 3.
Doesn't tell me there's ads coming. It's usually good at telling me when the ads are coming.
Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barge on launch pad 3. Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barge on launch pad 3.
It's not telling me there are. Interesting.
Really bossy.
Artillery. Do you copy?
The cat's being
Requesting a
bossy.
barge on launch pad 3.
Damn.
Tell them to behave.
She's like
Artillery. Do you copy?
7 or 8 month old kid.
Requesting a barge on launch
There's
pad
the ad
3.
break. It just didn't give me the 5-minute warning.
Cleanses the body.
That was right.
All right. Let's see here.
Artillery.
Now it pops up and
Do
says
you
it's
copy?
going on.
Requesting a barge on launch pad 3.
We have that on
Artillery.
Argenta.
Do you copy? Requesting a barge on launch pad 3.
Billy.
Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barge on launch pad 3.
Combat shenanigans.
See when you're back, Matt.
Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barge on launch pad 3.
Oof.
Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barge on launch pad 3.
2 more. man.
Got a parry. This might help keep
Artillery.
Argento alive.
Do you copy? Requesting a barrage on launch pad 3.
You move over to the heavy cover.
Grab some water. Be right back.
Still can't get.
Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barrage on launch pad 3. Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barrage on launch pad 3.
The voice of the Emperor says to serve well.
The Emperor commands.
Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barrage on launch pad 3.
Ah, I missed.
Bummer.
Artillery.
Nice.
Do
He
you
actually
copy?
killed one of them.
Requesting
Yeah.
a barrage on
Didn't
launch
hit
pad 3.
anybody else with that shotgun blast either.
Well,
They shooting their own people
I was
almost
gonna say
as
he
much as
did
us.
hit Argenta, but he messed up his own people pretty good.
No, I meant the guy, our guard, shooting at the shotgun blast.
Yeah,
Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting
he
a
didn't
barrage
hit
on launch
Argenta
pad
even
3.
though it was close. Ooh, Abelard took some good hits there.
Yeah, but it's 30.
Fine.
Oh no, he's a tank.
He
He's a
hasn't even
tank.
he doesn't even have reveal on him yet either.
Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barrage on launch pad
You
3.
can't use dash for that, dude.
Okay.
Dash will prevent that attack.
I'll remember that next time.
You hurt the guy who saved you.
Artillery. Do you
Well,
copy?
he's
Requesting a
expendable,
barrage
so
on
it's
launch
okay.
pad 3.
That's okay.
I'm at least buffing him.
Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barrage on launch pad 3.
Nice.
Nice.
Fucking
That actually
right.
hit.
You hit
Now use
every
that.
single
Now use
shot.
that ability that gives you momentum for how many people you
Artillery.
targeted.
Do you copy?
Furious
Requesting a barrage
Recital.
on launch pad 3.
Cool.
That's weird.
Yeah, so you just maxed out the meter.
Nice.
Good, good, good.
Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barrage on launch pad 3.
More shots you got.
He's got as many as rate of fire of the weapon. Plus a modifier. I think.
Artillery. Do you copy?
It's just-
Requesting a barrage
the
on launch pad
recoil's
3.
killing you. The recoil
Yeah.
is just brutal until you get high enough ballistic skill to counter out all the recoil. It's brutal.
Altars are fucking ridiculous for that. They always have been.
But once you get
Artillery.
high enough
Do you copy? Requesting a barrage
ballistic
on launch
skill
pad
and
3.
other recoil talents, you just become a sniper with every shot. Pop, pop, pop. Just fall over because the bolters can really scale up in damage.
Artillery. Do you copy?
Reveal the light
Requesting a
is
barrage
just
on launch
amazing.
pad 3.
Yeah. Put dodge on Argenta if you can reach.
I think I can. Hold on.
Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barrage on launch pad 3.
Thank you.
Here. Have some
Iron Arm doesn't hurt either because it's
toughness.
toughness.
Artillery.
Yeah, have some
Do you
toughness
copy?
as well.
Requesting a barrage on launch pad 3.
Once you get to both heal and then regen, oh my god, hit points just flow out. It's awesome.
Nice.
Artillery.
Regen's
Do you
super
copy?
good.
Requesting a barrage on launch pad 3.
Yeah, we need that because if I can stay at full health, I get +5 to all the skills, which is nice.
Yeah.
Artillery. Do you
Yeah,
copy?
that is nice.
Requesting a barrage on launch pad
Yeah,
3.
my solo playthrough, I'm a biomancer, diviner with the rogue trader.
Nice.
Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barrage on launch pad 3.
Fortunate turn of
It's
fate.
very tanky, even though I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior sentinel, and I'm very, very, very tanky with those buffs.
Yeah.
Artillery.
I can stand
Do
toe
you
to toe with
copy?
pretty much anything.
Requesting a barrage on launch pad
Usually.
3.
Nope, I have nothing else that I can line of sight to, so I'm done.
All right,
Cass,
let's see
yeah.
here.
Oh, you still have access to
Artillery.
her. It's all
Do you
good.
copy?
Yep,
Requesting a barrage
let's
on
see.
launch pad 3.
it's here.
Artillery. Do you copy?
I like how it even gets
Requesting a
brighter.
barrage on launch
when she
pad
does
3.
that. Like, literally brightens the area. He looked at them.
Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barrage on launch pad 3.
Yeah, no, like I said, I don't need melted.
Artillery.
Opened her eye.
Do you copy? Requesting a barrage on launch pad 3.
There.
Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barrage on launch pad 3.
Almost got him.
Yep.
Keep in mind,
Almost.
you're getting a little bit far ahead. Yeah, I can't get you in Voice of the Emperor anymore.
Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barrage
Unless I'm
on
gonna
launch
leave
pad
out
3.
It doesn't
everyone
wear
else.
off. It doesn't wear
And
off.
so it
I've got
shall
3
be
stacks
done.
already.
It just stacks up, yeah. Which is
Yeah.
I'm at 8. I'm at like 8 resolve,
Rejoice
so.
in service.
And there's a
Artillery.
the rebel agitator that
copy?
he's on, and one
Requesting
rebel
a barrage
gunner,
on launch
both
pad
of which
3.
are fucked up.
Yeah, they are. They're not in good shape. One of them survived the gaze with 1 hit
Artillery.
point.
Do you copy? Requesting a barrage on launch pad 3.
Got right through you.
Yep. The hot shot's good.
My ears are ringing.
Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barrage on launch pad 3.
Oh, you didn't need that. There's 1 guy left with 1 hit point.
Yeah.
It was you to heal fully after the fight anyway.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Kill the last
Artillery.
guy.
Do you copy? Requesting a barrage on launch pad 3. Artillery. Do you copy? Requesting a barrage on launch pad 3.
Wow.
Idira, can you
Artillery.
I
snipe
should have
him?
done the.
Do you copy?
I knew I should have done the other.
Requesting a barrage on launch pad
The
3.
burst fire.
Oh yeah, when he only has 1 hit point and you only need to tag him with 1 shell,
Yeah.
way better to fire 4 than 1.
Artillery.
Don't
Do
worry,
you copy?
Idira handled it.
Requesting a barrage on launch pad 3.
I'm liking her with that sniper rifle. Really am.
Gain true vision. Renounce false sight.
Garbage.
All will be revealed.
Garbage
Gain true
weaponry.
vision.
Yeah,
Renounce
just
false
putting it
sight.
right into the fucking
All will be revealed.
cargo. Because they're just junk.
Hey, there's a blind madman over here.
Eyes. My eyes.
Here's a Lore Imperium
Have you got
task.
them? Please give them back to me. Even
Where?
just one.
Right
Please.
up here.
Everyone's running everywhere, so I'm trying to keep track of where you're talking about. Okay, I'll come up there.
That killed me.
Where you're
Gain
at?
true vision.
Oh, I see.
Renounce false sight.
On the shuttle.
All will be revealed.
You have a 100% chance to get
On
it.
the side of the shuttle in pilot slowly slang other words. Do not touch. A shipment of types to the blessed Lord Captain Caligo's winter scale. Perhaps there is something worth your
That lucky
attention in this
Jasper
shuttle.
person. Above the other shuttle.
Something worth
Gain true
our
vision.
attention in the shuttle.
Renounce false sight. All will
Yeah,
be
right.
revealed.
Never mind.
Folks,
Quest.
how about you don't come any closer and I don't shoot you?
I was trying to get the
Gain
item.
true vision.
Oh, I'm
Renounce
sorry.
false sight. All will be revealed.
The young, shaggy-haired soldier is still pale. Nonetheless, as you approach, he holsters his pistol. The hallmark of good discipline. He gives you a somewhat frightened but genuine smile.
Thank you, my lord. You arrived in the nick of time. I don't know what those babbling creeps wanted with me, but it definitely wasn't anything good.
And who are you?
Lucky Jasper, the governor's aide and personal Vox operator. I was dispatched to the starport on special orders.
The young man proclaims, desperately trying to tame his tousled hair.
And what are you doing out here on your own?
Following Governor Medina's special instructions, namely.
He grits his teeth with a pained expression, furrowing his brow.
Oh, right. It's a secret assignment. I can't talk about it.
You're now, Jenkins.
So, Lore Imperium 100, Persuasion 100, Coercion 95, or 95. I am a rogue trader. Why don't I simply order you to tell me everything? It's well within my rights.
A rogue trader?
After casting a quick glance over your gear, he nods in understanding.
Oh, so you must be from House von Valencius's ship. The starport's auger surveillance station reported that it had detected your ship entering the system. Then you heaved to, sent a shuttle to another unidentified ship, a very strange one at that, and then that ship departed.
That would have been fucking asshole escaping.
Yep, that's what we needed to know.
Jasper pauses for a second, then mumbles.
But, the auger surveillance station's reports are not to be disclosed to third parties, but you know that already, don't you? Well, alright, if you really are a rogue trader, I'll tell you everything.
Jenkins, my nose is not a chew toy. Quit it.
What does it to the starport?
I'm supposed to deliver updated Vox codes and, how should I put it, assess the situation. The planet is a real mess at the moment. The rebels have found their way into our VoxNet and are now eavesdropping. This made proper communication impossible. The hallowed electrodynamic Cenobium had sent out a distress call before it went dark.
They are a new thing. It's sitting a little odd right here, Matt.
And who even knows what's happening in the system? There's been a riot on Ricadiphilia, the prison planetoid. Urakvi station is silent, although, the navigators there have always been a reclusive bunch. I was hoping I'd be lucky enough to run into a pilot or the captain here who could give me an update, but that's hardly a possibility right now. The rebels are blasting anything that tries to land out of the sky with their damn cannon.
He stops talking, a little too abruptly.
There's something else you're hiding. Or classified secrets?
Jasper looks away.
It's nothing classified, just personal. There's another reason why I'm here. My betrothed is missing. Raquel Vickery, the esteemed Devane Winterscale's personal pilot. When the riot reports came from Ricadiphilia, Lord Devane headed there personally. Then this rebellion started down here, and we lost communication. No one knows how they're doing up there.
So if we went there first, we may have had an answer for him.
You know what I'm afraid of?
Yep.
That they'll come back, and those rebel scumbags will shoot them out of the sky. I wanted to find a place that's high up, set up a Voxcaster there, and send them a transmission. The sky is closed off. Don't try to land, but I didn't make it in time. Those blind dogs chased after me, and as I was running, I tripped and broke the caster.
He hangs his head sadly.
I worry for her. She's an excellent pilot, but I still worry.
Understandable.
Abelard shakes his head disapprovingly, but his eyes are understanding.
That is why all members of a Voidship clan share the same employment. No matter how devoted a servant of the Emperor is to their duty, there is always the danger that family ties might disrupt regulations and order.
That's the whole thing to say.
Indeed.
Jasper smiles, but his smile looks a little less carefree than a few moments ago.
Do you just dislike people?
Yes, generally. People suck.
I'm looking for a member of the Inquisition. Would you happen to have seen him?
Jasper's face quickly turns gray as he says,
I have. But I don't know where he is now. I'm
I
sorry,
just want to
but I
see
don't
that.
like discussing
We
the
ordered
affairs
him
of
to
the
reveal
Inquisition.
the secrets and then maim him for doing so. I think it's hilarious.
Do you think the governor can actually handle the rebellion?
Jasper mumbles evasively.
Well, obviously. I'm not some pessimist to say otherwise.
100% chance. Nice.
I won't tell anyone.
You really won't? Well then, if you ask me, things are pretty rotten.
His words come flying at the rate of stubber fire.
Those rebels are
Yes.
strange. We would have easily quelled a normal riot. We're not some commoners, we're Ricadians, the naval elite of House Winterscale. But those people, they're vicious. They know no fear. And their attacks, they're so precise, it's like they know what's going to happen ahead of time. The command executed 7 officers on suspicion of espionage, but it's not about spying. They say the leader of the rebels is some two-faced Aurora who can see into the future. Now, she is the real danger.
Interesting.
Idira scoffs and rubs her hands together in excitement.
She can see into the future, is that right? We'll see about that. She's up against the wrong psyker. My breezy whispers may be vague, but they've not failed me once. I can tell you without asking my ethereal friends that her future doesn't look too bright now that the Lord Captain is involved.
Tell me about Urak 5.
There's not much anyone could tell you about it. That station belongs to the Navi's Nobilite themselves. Emperor knows what they do up there or who even lives there. They scorn ordinary folk. The only person they're willing to grace with an audience is the esteemed Yvain Winterscale.
It is beginning to sound like he is complaining.
That place is creepy. They say they order shuttles with servants from Rykad Minories on a regular basis. I guess they're too important up there to change filters and clean compartments themselves. Huh. Except, I've never met anyone who has served there. It's like no one ever comes back.
Yep.
Lucky.
Your brothers and sisters lived and died for a great cause, serving a navigator house and therefore all of the Imperium. It is a high honor, one that few could bear.
Only now does Jasper notice Cassia, and his eyes go wide with fear. He opens and closes his mouth a few times helplessly like a fish, unable to utter a sound. Instead, he just nods nervously.
And who exactly is Yvain Winterscale?
The esteemed and honorable scion of blessed rogue trader Caligos Winterscale, master of the Rykad system. At the behest of his illustrious father, or grandfather, or uncle, well, his illustrious relative, Lord Yvain took up residence on Rykad Minories.
As long as he's not all three.
Jasper's face betrays a fierce inner struggle
Not
before
convinced
he
he's
blurts
not.
out.
You know what I think? I find it curious that blessed Caligos didn't make him the ruler of our world. Lord Yvain is his blood, but it's the governor who rules us. Then why do you think he sent him here? I think he's been exiled.
I have no more questions.
It was my pleasure to be of service to you, my lord. It's been
Oh,
nice
come
to
on,
chat
you
to
almost
someone
selected it by
normal.
accident.
He glances warily at the body of the nearest blinded lunatic.
Are you unharmed?
All thanks to you, my lord. Those blind lunatics are all over the city right now. These rebels, damn them to the void, go around maiming anyone they get their hands on and scorching their eyes. Then they leave the poor sods driven mad by the pain to wander the streets, babbling nonsense.
He lowers his voice and adds with gravity.
The command doesn't want anyone to talk about it, but I've heard whispers that it's not just some nonsense, it's heresy, actual heresy. Because listening to it scrambles your brain. It made one patrolman freeze in his tracks while the blind mob got hold of him and carried him from his post off to who knows where.
I must take my leave.
You're right, we shouldn't stay here or we might run into rebels.
What?
I'll go find a safe place to watch the sky for any landing
Do
shots.
you want me to be
name?
brutally
May the Emperor
murder
protect
people
you,
just
my lord.
cause?
No, name, not murder.
For the Emperor. Let the faith
You're trying
guide
to get
my
some
might be
path
a
to
heretic.
glory.
Very specifically said main.
Increase range of officer archetype. Ooh. Well, I can't put it on her because I don't have control over her right now. You can put that on Cassia though. +1
that's a good
cells.
That's a good one.
Yar.
Oh, we're out of med kits.
Yeah, well, someone's been using them. Alright, so it looks like everything here is
Artillery.
We
clear.
shall
Do you
reclaim what
copy?
is rightfully ours.
Requesting a barrage on launch pad 3.
bridge.
Shall we move on to the
Artillery.
next platform
Do you
and
copy?
another combat?
Requesting a barge on launch pad 3.
Sure.
Lead the way, Meat Shield. I mean, Abelard.
Here.
Did we pick up all the loot?
Yeah.
There's a blind.
Oh, wait, yeah, we did, okay.
You'd still be shot. Don't worry, I'll take care of that once we get into combat.
I will cast you into eternal darkness. I'll turn you into corpse stars.
Abelard's in the full cover. Oh, good. I'm in full cover here.
Not to the guy to your right, you're not. Wow.
You don't think that guy's in full cover too? I mean, there's not any other full cover I can really get to.
I can swap if you need me to.
Well, you're wanting to be a little bit closer than that.
I would, yeah.
I don't get a line of sight.
Do you want to
Yeah.
see if Argenta
I'll
can move
switch.
up over there, or
I'll
just move
switch
on your
back here.
turn?
You can take that half space if
Fine,
you
man.
want.
I don't mind.
Oh, I can't quite get to full cover there, so I'll take the half, I guess, for now.
You don't have to.
Or, oh, there's full cover here. Really?
Yep.
Interesting.
You're behind that. You're behind that little pillar.
Yeah, I see that. All right, cool. I can be there then.
And I'm gonna go to the half cover here, though.
The unrighteous have come to take all that we have from us. Let
I
us
like the
stand
idea of
united,
having 5
my
extra
brethren.
ballistic skill if possible.
No.
So you shoot me for 6, and you shoot your buddy for 6. What a
Right.
bitch.
Mix it fair. One down.
Nice. Is that half cover?
I think that's only half cover.
Yep.
Yeah. Still cover at least.
You just did run and gun though, so we can do the
Cast your eye there.
there. Oh, traps, yay.
My emperor.
Nice. Got some good damage there. Abelard. Bring the fury of the Emperor upon their heads.
Reduce to dust.
Beautiful.
Man, a grenade to throw over there to the right would be sweet.
Well, we have grenades. You just didn't equip them.
I can't, from where I'm at, I wouldn't be able to throw them far enough anyway.
From Abelard, they might. But Abelard didn't equip them.
No, I'm gonna pick up Grenadier later, but
Oh, okay.
Come on, one
I
side.
didn't want to
Check something.
do it right now. It's too action intensive if you don't have Grenadier. It's too AP to throw a grenade. Ridiculous.
Oh, I see.
Once you have Grenadier, it's great because then you can throw 1 grenade per round for free.
All right.
If I go here,
But I'm picking up dodge, parry, and all that stuff first.
Idira.
get that one. I think I can. Alright,
Stay in cover.
Nice. Free kill.
Very nice.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, the lightning is amazing.
That
And
is.
it looks so good in game. Like they did such a good job with the graphics.
You got Iron Arm now, Abelard.
Dodge and parry. Got all the things.
And Argenta's getting flanked and smashed. Cassia.
Yeah.
That crazy ass cone of hers. How long is that?
Oh, it's long. I mean, it will go to. If I position it right here, I can hit Argenta, the two next to him, and that one way up there that's got just a little bit of life left.
Sure.
We don't want to hit Argenta.
No, it will put Argenta on death's door.
That is a problem.
So instead, we're gonna do this.
That's a good one.
And then look at hit points. No. Do this. Then you snipe one off.
Oh, you want me to snipe one of the ones on Argenta?
Yeah, get
Just
one of
gave
them
you
off
the
there.
2 attack to do it. So nice. That ability is amazing.
Yeah, you probably can take out that full health rebel.
I will
You might
not
want
be
to step up.
deterred.
Oh, you can't with that ability. Never mind. You don't get any movement points yet.
No.
So he's got no line of sight.
95% chance.
Commands.
Oops.
Way has
And
failed
it
you.
pierced through.
Yep. I hit
It's
Argenta a
still
little bit.
higher- Still higher hit points than
When you
before my
started.
turn. Yeah. So it's okay. And then you have to end turn.
Back to you, Cassia.
You're done.
I took one out. Just,
Yep. The full health one too.
yeah, hurt Argenta a little bit. But I figured it's worth it so that he doesn't get to, you know, slap her
Minor
around
burn.
again.
Minor burn. It'll heal.
Aw. Argenta is one square away from the other 4 of us to be able to get all of us.
I'm sorry.
Once you get that
Actions
range
will
increase,
speak
it'll help.
louder
I
than
think.
words. Rejoice.
I
in
moved where I was
service.
because I figured it was the best shot for me to kill as many of them as possible.
I will not be deterred.
Nice.
There you go.
There.
Have fun, Argenta.
My hero.
Oh, how kind of you.
The smoke grenade, huh?
This smoke grenade gives you extra dodge and parry.
Yes, we actually helped.
He did.
Thank you.
I mean, he shut down your ability to shoot as well because it obscures your line of sight, but it does not prevent you from getting shot.
Awesome.
2 health.
Now, don't move because you will
Yeah, I'm not
trigger.
going to. Yeah.
Unless you dash.
Yeah, I'll
You
skip
could
that.
dash to there.
Yeah.
There you go. Then you can burst out and you probably hit that fighter.
Yeah, I want to do lightning now on those 4. They're not a nice line for it. I considered doing it last turn, but I wanted to try to get the one off Argenta.
We gotta let Albalard get out of there over there to that rebel bruiser first, though.
Yeah,
It's true.
Or I might be able to actually reach that commander and knock him down.
Now, if you can get to the commander, kill it.
Nice.
That was helpful.
You got a little extra damage on that agitator back there.
Yep. That was good. Yeah, if you can get the rebel or the commander.
Might be able to reach the commander with charge.
Yeah. So the bruiser or the commander would be good.
Leave that. Leave the heroic act.
Okay.
I definitely can reach him.
I just think taking a commander out is probably a good idea. I won't be able to Word of Emperor you probably, but
That's
I think taking out the commander is probably a good idea. At least locking him down.
Deering Breach. That guy's.
I took care of
That
this
guy's
one.
Nice.
Daring Breach is the best use of the heroic act in the game. Fine, bar none.
Really? Why is that?
Because it's so effective for the use. Most of them give you either one extra attack or one attack with special benefits or something like that. Daring Breach is just so good.
Daring Breach gives you, I believe, an attack for what every.
It refills your AP. So the more AP you have, the more effective it becomes.
Oh,
It's
wow.
really, really good.
Okay.
Yes. It refills your AP, and you can make as many melee attacks as you'd like during Daring Breach. Whereas,
Okay.
like, the gun mastery only gives you enough shots equal to your rate of fire.
Nice.
So if you're using a heavy weapon that's rapid fire, it's okay. But other than that, it's mediocre comparison.
Very nice lightning.
But like
Yeah, I thought it
the operative heroic act is a single attack.
That was brutal, is what that was, right? Fucking there.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
that was some cooked bodies there.
3 down.
In addition
Wow.
to the 3 she took out earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Psychers can put out a metric ton of damage, but they also occasionally just drop over dead when they use an ability.
Yeah, Veil Degradation is.
No,
low.
you don't have to have any veil degradation. You could just die. Your first ability in the combat, and you're just dead. I've had it happen numerous times.
But you gotta play with Psychers. They're part of the world.
Oh, they're fun. My rogue trader is a psyker. I've gone through my buff cycle where I start with prescience, which gives me more willpower, which makes all my buffs better. And I'll go through, and sometimes my second, third, fourth buff, and I just drop over dead. It's
Wow.
like, well, that sucks.
Whoops, whoops, whoops.
Let's see. Can I do?
Kill that one in the back left that's trying to kill Magenta. Have a chance to get to that.
If Cassia can take out the bruiser there, that works. Or the one in the back on Argenta, either one. Because I'll go
well,
before
actually-
the agitator. And I can snipe him. So,
This. And here, take a shot.
sure.
I won't suffer this.
Oh, he's too far back for me to hit.
Well, then shoot the rebel.
The agitator is too far back. The bruiser, you mean?
Yeah, Bruiser Rebel.
I can go for the bruiser here.
Yeah.
And so shall it be done. The Emperor commands.
Nice.
That guy's dead.
Can you move up and then shoot that agitator now?
You'd be safe to go out of cover because
Possibly.
that agitator is literally the only loose target. Because the other one's on me, so you're safe to come out
I'm
of
not
cover.
seeing a spot where I seem like I can hit him. Oh,
Yeah, you should be able to hit him from there.
it's not showing that I can.
Are you on your staff or your gun?
I'm on the
On the
gun.
gun.
Gun's range is 18. You've got to have range.
Where should I move to then? Because it's not like showing me the lines to
It
shoot
doesn't
either.
always show the lines. It doesn't always render the lines.
I'd go there.
I'm seeing the lines, but I'm
Okay.
seeing 3 lines come off.
Should I go here?
Why 3? Yeah, sure.
And now it shows you the lines to
Now
either.
it is. Yeah.
Let's kill that fucking agitator.
Kill him.
Actions will speak louder than words. Rejoice!
I think he died.
I will not be deterred.
Genta can just move into heavy cover and hunker down. I think Abelard can probably take out that bruiser.
We got a shot from there too.
Oh.
Yeah, just do a single shot. See if you can pop him.
Yeah, just don't burst shot Abelard. We don't want to do that.
Eventually, you can get an ability where it's like your ranged area attacks. All allies dodge the first shot of all ranged attacks and stuff.
Oh, nice.
It's really nice.
Now you're gonna shoot through me.
It's single shot. There's no chance that it'll hit you.
I know. I'm just.
Abelard. Cleave him in twain, sir. That was not cleaving him in twain.
He dodged.
Idira,
They do that sometimes.
do you want to put a bullet between his eyes?
What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Screaming does not have a chance to miss.
We are bound by the blood of masses.
I'll disarm.
The turret was placed in a great hurry, but the Technomat never had the chance to activate it.
Who moved close enough to trigger?
I mean,
Duty prevails.
It pauses as you go close to the traps to do that.
Whenever one gets discovered, it pauses.
I better
So that you don't,
myself
so that you
through
have
my
the ability to
service.
stop yourself from
Know
walking.
your
Yeah,
duty.
so you don't step on it and blow yourself up. Ooh, that's a lot of good.
Never doubt me.
The
Wait, there's a
turret was
door here
placed
we
in
can
a
go
great
in.
hurry, but the
Should we go in that
Technomat
door?
never had the chance to
Let's
activate
look
it.
around.
it's the warehouse. It's got stuff in it.
Should we go in the warehouse or not?
Yes.
Hold on.
Holding on.
Okay. Now I'm good.
We're waiting
Now I've got a
for.
medikit and a large medikit in the
Yeah.
goods.
So we have a 3 medikits and a large medikit.
Nice.
We do have a blast wave shotgun. If you want to put that on someone.
Nah,
We do have
I'm
a
sticking with
stub revolver.
I don't
Is there
think the
anything
Black Wave is
further
very
over here
good,
to the-
personally.
Was there anything
Okay.
further over there to the left?
Hmm?
Was there anything else further over here to the left?
The rest of the map.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is like the side quest. This isn't the main part.
Like half the map is still left, yeah.
Yeah.
Judging by the caustic smell
Tech
and
use
oily
90.
stains,
Let us walk
Prometheum
this
was previously
path to the
stored here.
end.
Yeah. No,
It must
man.
have fallen into the hands of the heretics.
The duty prevails.
Ooh. Death World Origin. Light flak armor. +5 agility.
That's
Improved
probably-
parry chance and melee attack.
Yeah, maybe that's good for Abelard.
Is it better than what he has?
I don't know.
Probably
What he
not.
has is just regular old medium.
He has 25% armor right now, but does have a dodge penalty.
Yeah, go from 21 to 39% chance to dodge. Extra parry and melee is nice too. I wouldn't get the 5 agility. Let me look
Why
at
not?
what it does.
He's not death.
Because of the
I'm
Death
not
World.
Death World.
Oh, you have to be Death World to get the bonus.
Yep.
I didn't know that's how that worked. Good to know. Because I was wondering about that. I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't don't know. Let's see here. Let's
Dead shot
Maybe.
stub revolver. What the fuck? That's a lot of damage for a fucking revolver, but Jesus.
So, should we be using the armored body glove, or should we be using the carapace chest plate?
The armor body glove is going to give you better dodge, but not. But
It doesn't seem like it gives better
armor.
dodge. They both say they have 35.
Carapace chestplate's better in every way.
That's what I thought. So we should all be using that over the body glove.
Yeah, until we get better body gloves.
Oh yeah, no, that's. I figured there's probably better armor later on. I just want to make sure that I was reading that correctly and not off on some point.
Well, this flak is garbage. Let's add that to the...
Shock baton. There you go.
And what staff is Cassia using? Because there's this staff of
Navigator,
House
yeah.
Aurelia.
4 to
Celios.
8. 4 to 8. It seems to be like the same.
It's the exact same with +5 willpower and +5 perception. Oh,
Yeah, it's identical.
same staff. Okay, just making sure.
Let the faith guide
That's all right, I
my
can do
path to glory.
It's all good.
I just put it in cargo. We don't have to worry about it anymore.
There's a lot of shit in there that we should probably.
The turret
put
was
in
placed in
cargo.
a great hurry, but the Technomat never had the
put all that
chance to
crappy flak
activate
armor
it.
in there.
Yeah. Anything that you know needs to be put in there, feel free to. I don't know necessarily what's...
So you named
coming.
weapon or a
The
special
edge
weapon
is
with a one's
nigh.
quarter, I'd consider
The
leaving
blinded
just
ones
in
are
case it
harmless.
becomes...
No sense in shooting them and drawing attention.
Alright, here we go. Here's Pascal.
Fire on the
This
nearest
guy's awesome.
Don't kill the tech priest! We need to take him alive!
Find it and let their enemies
Go back!
Wow.
What an asshole!
What?
May knowledge be thy fate. Let the cycle be discontinued.
Oh, this guy.
The man dressed in
He's such a
crimson should
cool
not have
character.
survived an explosion
Yep.
like that. However, he is alive. You hear the wheezing of the respirator that covers half of his face.
Let's go.
Wow.
Not another step. Flee, for I am death.
I am a servant to the Emperor. I never flee.
By the throne! What is that servant of the Omnissiah made of? Adamantine?
Pretty much.
Blast it!
Abelard. Calm thyself. Present me.
Rogue trader von Valancius greets you, honored tech priest, and graciously grants you permission to remain in his presence.
I love that.
I do
I identify you as a member of a high stratum belonging to Rogue Trader House von Valancius. I am detecting no need for confrontation.
Well, that's good.
The convoy received an order to meet you. It is no longer functional. Therefore, I propose that we continue to advance to the rendezvous point with the governor's soldiers.
How'd you manage to kill off a slew of people by blowing up a sacred machine without even laying a finger on it?
This was my doing.
The voices are being weird about him. They're saying garbled, conflicting things. Like they're talking about completely different people. But he's not a threat to you. Even if that's a bit hard to believe after all the fireworks.
You didn't even know how you caused such an explosion.
The Omnissiah granted me a revelation. The spirit of this machine was dying, but it wished to perform a service, for such was its design. I sensed this and appealed to it. I do not know how I did it. I merely followed my intuition. The understanding granted by the Omnissiah was not permanent. It has left me.
All right, who are you?
I identify as Magus Pascal Hanema of the priesthood of Mars. By the grace of the Omnissiah, I am currently assigned to the maintenance personnel of the station Altar Templum Calixis X-17.
But you're
I
not
love the
there,
naming for the Adeptus Mechanicus stuff.
right?
So good.
Altar Templum Calixis. I have heard the name before. The station appears on House Orselio's star charts in the Furibundus system, not far from the void colony of Footfall. You have traveled a long way to come here, esteemed Magos.
Why do you wish to see this governor?
I came here to carry out a sacred mission. My mentor, Archmagus Amonat, summoned me, and I hastened to answer his call. But the rabble's unrest prevented our meeting, and I was on my way to Governor Medina to determine my mentor's current location. My escort was ordered by their commander to discontinue their movement and await to be merged with your group. Then, due to their incompetence, they let themselves be killed. It was an unacceptable complication to my task.
Why don't you join the retinue, and we shall continue on together.
Acknowledged. Predicting successful and mutually beneficial cooperation.
Okay.
Hey, he levels up. 3 ranks.
Yeah, he's really cool. So he's got some really neat stuff.
The
that makes
insurgents
him,
walked in a crowd right across the mine barriers,
a unique,
seemingly oblivious to the fear of
melee
death.
combatant.
Well, let's do this. Since I've been working on psychic powers, I will give you Pascal, and I will take Cassia. And I will watch what you are leveling up on, Pascal, out of curiosity.
Okay, so let's see. He starts. He's got tech use, of course.
He's 100 on
And-
tech all the way.
He's got good weapon skill already. Let's go with intelligence. Then swift movements probably, or
So now we have 3 operatives on the team.
yeah, he's not gonna lean into the operative stuff very much.
So does he have like a separate tech priest branch?
Yeah, he has a bunch of tech priest abilities that he can access, and
Oh, then that's absolutely the way to go here.
modifiers to him.
Yeah. No question there.
Machine Spirit Communion. Jesus.
What?
I'm just looking at stuff that he's got for his origin talents.
Yeah, I'm just looking at what's the best option right now.
Well, I mean, he's
He's
already
gonna
got
be
this
melee.
is what I was looking at, but
Probably Dueling Master or It Will Not Die. Yeah, we're gonna go with It Will Not Die. Then
Steel and Forge, there you go. Where heavy armor get more movement points and deflection. Forge World definitely do.
putting him in a heavy armor is not a bad choice.
Jesus, this guy is
He's what?
proficient with meltaguns, plasma weapons. He's proficient in meltaguns, plasma weaponry, and bolters.
Plasma is really good too. Plasma is really good in this game.
Yeah, you saw that.
I am running around with a
They-
plasma gun.
Yeah, I definitely see Plasma working for Tech Priest. That is right up their alley.
You did see that they patched what was going on with the plasma weapons not accidentally fucking up their own people, right?
Yeah, but you don't have to use overcharge shots, so it's a
No,
risk you can mitigate.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm glad they patched that. That is part of the
Psycho powers just
world.
drop you dead, so. One exploit from each enemy in 5 cells.
So he's probably going to be our tech
yeah.
use and logic person, right?
Oh yeah. And it looks like he needs tech use is more important first. Well, with logic, or. And then let's look at his gear and what we've got. His armor is going to be better than anything we've got right now, I believe, because of the logic bonus.
Oh, Medicae Mechatendrites. That's awesome.
He will become a grenadier eventually. Let's see, what guns do we have?
Well, he's using a las gun.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him the blast wave because he's gonna be closer up anyway because of melee.
Okay.
We'll try and make use out of it.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to be in melee, then makes sense. Yeah. Oh. So he gets a bonus to his armor from logic.
Yeah.
That's really good armor, actually, for him then. Two times reject the flesh rank to tech use. What's reject the flesh rank?
Just one of his innate things.
Okay, so how do you know what its rank is?
One of the character area?
Yeah, it's under.
It's probably under his bio. Features.
Pasquale Hanuman is a venerable magus of the Adeptus Mechanicus. For the glory of the machine god Omnisar, he performs sacred maintenance algorithms and protects the blessed mystery of technology from the ignorant. As a member of the Explorator fleet, Pasquale leads an eternal crusade in search of sacred knowledge. After meeting the rogue trader on the high world of Rikard Minoris, Pasquale joined the Lord Captain's retinue. He hopes that such a powerful patron will help him find his long-lost mentor, whose mysterious message prompted Pasquale to embark on this journey.
There you go. Cool.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Oh man, we can't loot the people he killed.
No, because it was part of the cinematic.
The Divine watches over us.
In violation of the right of operation, the shuttle's Promethium tanks have been abandoned and left open. Someone interrupted the fueling sacrament.
See?
An entire procession of cargo servitors was destroyed by gunfire, and not a single one of them attempted to flee.
Got some more goods here. Ooh, grenades. We picked up some more grenades.
Every one of the dead have had their eyes ruthlessly burned.
You are a soldier without a squad.
Ooh, there we go.
I will fight alongside my sisters again, but my present burden
Someone
to
clicked
me.
something.
No matter where I go, or who I am with, I
all.
bring death to heretics. That is what matters.
Oh, here we go.
Some more
Synth
goods.
skin.
Synth skin? What's that?
Synth skin is armor 25 and ooh, that's good dodge.
Ooh, I see what you're saying. Agility is more than 40. My agility is not more than 40.
Abelard's is.
My agility.
Do you
is
want that
also
on Abelard?
Yeah, it's an improvement. It's a 10% armor
My
improvement
agility's
without losing any
55.
dodge.
Put it on.
Go for it.
You're in
Abelard
combat
is our
more-
meat
you're-
shield.
All right.
Yeah, more than I am.
Yeah. That's good for now. We'll get more. It comes pretty rapidly, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
The improvements in gear come pretty rapidly.
Back down.
Levels do too through the first act.
Oop, we triggered something.
Alert.
Yeah, this is.
Profane violation of the
I
algorithm.
think this is this particular map's big fight. There's a logic check by the shrine.
With each step,
Yep.
I
When I
forge
activate the
my
turrets,
destiny
I would
among the
recommend doing that.
stars.
Yeah, do you want to drop a save?
I just
She
did.
did.
Okay.
What is your... Yeah. Pascal, does he have higher logic than I do now?
He's got hard
Pascal's
luck.
100% chance.
TechU's 55, so yeah, he had 60-something, so 70-something. Go for it. Pascal, do it.
Access received.
Explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
As long as I keep pumping into logic and tech use, he will usually be at 100% chance.
Oh, yeah.
To
He's-
do both logic and all tech. He's amazing.
He's definitely the one to do that, too.
I'll be picking up the Mechandrites to give an extra 10 to it as well. All that stuff. Unfortunately, the turrets don't provide cover.
Which is odd.
Very odd, in my opinion. They're huge.
Yeah, that basically means my only option for cover.
Is the shrine?
I can't get behind the shrine.
Oh, you can't?
No, it doesn't.
Shrine's full cover.
I don't have the
thought you could go
movement
behind.
from where I'm at to get behind the shrine. It wasn't
We
giving me
see.
that option.
Just back off a bit and yeah.
My other option would be here. No.
That's risky, but not terrible.
I can actually move up here with mine if you want.
Okay, you
I
got
mean,
I don't like being that close, but
neither do I.
Argenta should be up there.
No, I can't. This is the best I can do.
If I'm there,
Thanks for the
however,
warning,
I am really close to being able to lightning blast almost immediately. I'm going to take that risk.
That is true. I think we're just waiting for Argenta now.
I mean, I'm.
Yeah, no, just to click to start the battle is I think.
Argenta! Hey, Matt.
That's horrible.
Since you're here, quick question. A inverse version of the Hell Knights, is that an option? It doesn't currently exist, but I'd like it to have one.
It's your turn, Dominic, isn't it? Isn't it your turn now?
I think they're called liberators.
Well, the Hell Knights are lawful, but somewhat evil.
Yeah.
So I want basically lawful but somewhat good.
So
So it's basically-
that's not the inverse. The inverse would be chaotic.
That's true. That's true. I see what you mean. I meant the reverse on the side of neutral that they are on.
Remember, there is no
that
alignment
scale.
anymore.
But it still how
There's
the
no
order
actual-
functions. If you had them act non-lawful, it wouldn't fit their order.
No, but there is no actual alignment anymore.
Yeah, but
So
I
you
want a
don't
group.
have to adhere as rigidly to that.
Oh yeah, I just want a group. Okay, awesome.
Rejoice in service.
Unless Matt's decided to use alignment.
I don't think he's.
No.
I don't think he has.
Oh, it takes 2 actions for lightning.
Most psychic stabs take 2 actions or 3 actions.
The Emperor
Effects on them.
Whoops, I'm sorry.
Don't be. Yeah, don't be sorry. Just let the turrets do all the work.
The turrets are melt the turrets, so.
Don't be in there. Like I said, don't be in there.
Let the turrets do it.
Mounted melta-guns are serious business.
Yeah.
That was, yeah.
Wow.
You even got us to level.
Actually, the snipe shot got us to level.
Oh, okay.
It's not letting me level up.
Because we're in combat.
I know, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
How else am I supposed to get hit points back in the middle of combat? Oh,
Healing
All
ability.
right.
it's one of those things I thought was really lame about a lot of older games. A level right in the middle of combat to go from almost dead to full hit points again. Skyrim had that shit in it.
She can't do it there. Should I move Cassie up here and see if she can stare him down, or should I give out revel in the light, reveal the light, and
we're committing whether or not she can hit them.
Yeah, so click to there, click the ability, and see where it covers.
nah, can't quite do it.
Then you're better off using the officer abilities.
I mean, the melta-gun basically.
Voice of command. Should we do that then?
Yeah, that'll extend your range on your other abilities and give them a big bonus for the turn.
If only that were possible.
Not in line of sight. What?
You're at full cover, not at a corner.
I was trying to target Idira.
Yeah, you're behind full cover and not at the corner, so you can't see her.
lean out and see me. You'd have to move up next to me.
Yeah, like if you notice
Step
that
aside.
when your
The navigator
main
is
character,
coming.
when he shot, leans out and shoots. Because you can't actually see through full cover.
Do
You'll
not
see around
dare
it.
ask.
Still no line of sight.
Somebody poke out your third eye or something?
Apparently.
As long as you don't make an attack, you can use the rest of your movement up to get back in cover.
Okay, then I'll do that.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Hey, Dira, would you go ahead and lay some lightning down on that little crowd over there?
If I can get to it.
Probably can't reach.
Maybe.
Yeah, if not, she can snipe him.
Oh. It's not that I can't. Yeah, I don't think I can get him. Yeah, it's the no line of sight. Hold on. Why will it not let me switch off of that now?
Because you've got a silhouette out, maybe.
Hit escape, maybe?
Escape just takes me to the menu and it doesn't change any of that.
Right click should cancel.
It's not doing any of it.
What are you on? What did you do?
I clicked to check my lightning to see if I could lightning from here, and I am within range, I just don't have line of sight.
All right, man.
Then just click a different ability.
And,
Seems
Click the ability you want to use.
and then it lets me come off of that and will not select me to be able to allow me to make any movement. I was like, I don't understand why.
You don't have any movement points. You only have 2 action points.
you only have 2 action points.
It's not
So
Oh, you just
if-
did that, so
Yeah.
never mind. That's what you did your ability. I'm sorry, I missed that. Let me come back.
So
to
if you
the gun,
can't do
'cause no.
anything, go ahead and just amp up things and
No, I will. I can lean out. And snipe that.
perfect.
Movement points are the green pips on the left.
Yeah, you just seem to be in the best position
Yellow
to.
points on the right.
Oh no, that still
potentially
gave
be
me the
able to.
shot to kill that guy. Yep.
Yep. So when you're done, you
If I
can
had
end.
been on the if I had been on the left side of the cover as far as that goes, I would have been able to light it.
Emperor, give me strength.
Pasquale.
Yes.
Bring down the enemies of mankind.
Oh, Argento's too far away for the recoil reduction. Damn.
No.
I'll save the ability.
Oh look, that guy presented you with a nice juicy ass target.
He did indeed.
One fewer target.
Nice. Full turn.
Now it's your proper
Right
turn.
here. So now you can shuffle around.
The issue is that I can't get to the side where I'd be able to lean out and look to the left.
Can you move around to this side and do it?
I might be able to. Hold on, let me check. Here. I'm frizzle cranky.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs. Get your butt up here.
So
Got
beautiful.
another thin skin.
I can't walk on my keyboard. You just brought my character sheet up.
We just get another one.
All right. So
Bad
streets of the
that I have to
capital. Hmm.
Is it bad that I have to go?
Yes and no. It's
Gotta
always
go. You gotta go, man.
Yeah, if you have to go,
I mean, we get it.
not a problem.
Yeah, I figured we'd at least level up, but if you need to go, go for it. We can
That's
always.
fine. I'll level up. That should be okay. I'll level up
Pinnacle
real
of Weaponry. The first attack in combat with Plasma, Melta, or Power. Deal an additional 5. Fires of the Forge. Oh, because I have it selected. Never mind. I figured out why I wasn't giving me other options. I need 3 more levels so I can get my psi rating up.
Yeah. I think we all need that right now.
Level 40? Ugh. Suggested options? Oh, Psychic Barrage. Should I do that?
Ooh.
Destined. Psyker armor increases by 5, and it increases by 5% at the start of every round. That actually sounds potent. Hmm. Really, Psyker Psi rating is increased by 1 until the end of combat every time an ally uses Heroic Act.
Yeah, but each ally can only use 1 per combat.
Yeah, 1 per
and you
combat.
want to be really strategic with when those are used. You don't want to just rush them or anything. You know,
oh, right. But still,
I
that
don't
could
think those
be...
abilities that scale off that are very good, personally. But
that could be +5 to Psi rating.
Could be.
I guess.
Night.
Good night.
Get some rest.
Sanctific Slayer. Psyker's critical hit chance is increased by the resolve percentage. What do you think I should do then?
Hang on, I'm reading.
Okay. Sharpshooter doesn't sound terrible.
Okay, sorry. What was the question now?
I'm trying to figure out what to take on Rogue Trader and on Cassia. So I was asking if you had recommendations.
For the talents on the Rogue Trader?
Yeah.
Second Sight is really good.
Yeah, that's one that I saw, but I can't get that because we already have it.
Factor.
And we already have stabilizing factor.
I can't immediately tell what you already have.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm just telling you I have those two, so you're aware.
Okay. Let's see here. Obscured Threat is good. There's a Sanctified Slayer. Decent. Especially as you stack resolve, it starts stacking crit.
Mm-hmm.
Biophysical distortion.
What skill should Cassia focus on?
Tides of Excellence is also very good.
Tides of Excellence?
Yes. Because of what you're doing, once you start doing psychic attacks, weak body, weak soul could be good.
Oh, I can get Inscribed Soul?
Yeah, but it takes like 25% of your max health. It's...
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Tides of Excellence and Weak Body, Weak Soul are both very strong. I think Weak Body, Weak Soul.
What section is those on there? Because I'm not seeing them.
It's a second option.
Weak Body, Weak Soul. Exposed weakness also reduces enemies' toughness and will.
Yeah.
And Tides of Excellence. Whenever the operative triggers an exploit on an enemy, the operative gains +1 damage and 2% armor pen.
And then if you look at the one, there's one that makes it so that you can do exposed weakness for free.
Where's that? That would be
instant exposure.
Yeah.
That would definitely be worth getting. But I can only take one to start with. Should I go for the instant exposure first then?
Your choice.
Have you looked at Unnatural Luck? That's what I'm considering right now.
It's okay.
At what point do I get access to powers that will actually start healing people?
Cassia, I'd recommend probably Mastery of Time. Or Commanding Voice. And then whatever skill makes the most sense on her. I'm guessing probably awareness at this stage. Or persuasion.
Master of Time, you said?
Mastery of Time, I think it's called. It is. It's one of the bottom ones. It's Mastery of Time. Basically, if you, every turn you bring it down on somebody, you're stacking an extra 5 willpower.
I'm not seeing that one.
Yeah, scroll down further then.
Okay. They're all selected, and I'm on the very, very bottom.
You are not showing the same thing I am. Oh, you don't. Oh, you're on filters.
Well, I did all at first, and the ones on the bottom are these warp features.
Almost at the bottom. It's half a screen up from the bottom.
Is it above psi rating?
She doesn't have psi rating.
Why is it showing psi rating on her then? I'm on Cassia.
Cassia does not have psi rating.
Why is it showing psi rating then?
I don't know.
Okay, here's Pascal. Here's Cassia. I rank up. I hit available talents. And she has psi rating listed. I don't know, dude.
I would back out of it and start again. Because that's not. She doesn't have a psi rating. She's not a psyker.
She's a navigator. That's different.
Very different.
Still showing psi rating on her. It doesn't seem like it's letting me take it, but it shows it there. It's showing I can take others too, but then it's...
If you select warp features, the very first thing should be the course untraveled. The very last thing should be Guide of Souls.
Yeah, it's not. So I'm going to exit again. Let me finish my guy and see if then it will click over appropriately.
Oh, then if you're in progress on another one, it's going to jack everything up.
I wasn't. I had exited out and went into her, but... All right, you said on my guy I should take which one? You said obscure threats. No.
I
instant.
Yeah,
it was instant exposure.
Yeah, I think that's probably a better choice right now.
And then for
take weak body weak soul.
Common talent, what should we do? Base skill.
I'd probably pick a psychic thing.
Still mine. Sacred rituals. No. Psychic barrage wasn't bad.
No, psychic barrage is decent. As long as you have a psychic power that does damage.
Eternal glory didn't look terrible.
It's very hard to game.
Okay. That's what I was curious about.
Because if the person right before you gets to 200, you can't do it.
Right.
And if you hit like 199, there's no way.
Yeah. Psyker critical resistance increases with resolve with a Sanctic Slayer. You mentioned was good.
Sanctic Slayer is amazing.
Should I do that or
extra crit
Barrage?
chance is always good. Well, Barrage won't do you any good.
Okay.
You don't have a psychic ability that does damage. Whereas Sanctified Slayer will work on a sniper rifle.
Okay, now it's working. All right, you said do which one?
Mastery of time is what he said. Oh.
That sounds right.
Oh, wow.
What skills does she need on the ship? Do any of the skills help?
She can do leader, or she can do persuasion. She can do, let me look at her. Hang on.
Persuasion, commerce, coercion, carouse, lore imperium, awareness, and warp lore.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Oh, you're looking at these else. Okay.
If she gets spin around, which is off of, I want to say persuasion. She gets leaking aether. Let's see. Enemy void ships suffer 25 to 30% of max hull intake when being jumped through. Ooh, no, that's not that great. Determine scan. That's, I want to say ballistic skill. Probably persuasion's the best bet for a crew position.
Okay, so should I bump her skill in persuasion then?
Persuasion, I believe, is the one used for the leadership, the lead position.
Okay. So go persuasion on her?
I think it's probably a strong pick.
Okay.
The other good pick is awareness, because awareness is always good.
Should I do awareness then instead?
You should decide.
She has high awareness. We'll lean into that for now. Because you said it would be really good to have people have that. Did you get idea done, or are you still working on that?
I had to step away. My cat was fucking whining real loud. I was going to wake my wife up, so I had to take care of that real quick. I just got back. Oh. Strange vitality. When the psyker's allies and the psychic themselves are under the effect of psychic powers, they gain +5 toughness for each such effect. Oof. What do you think of biophysical distortion, Alkov?
Biophysical distortion, amazing.
That's the one that I've been looking at this whole time.
It's just absolutely amazing.
I'm grabbing that.
Sanguine Siphon, if you're in melee, is amazing.
Yeah, but I'm not usually in melee.
Adrenaline Surge, holy shit, is that good?
Wow. One less action point for all biomancy.
Yeah, so I'll start my turn with my character in my solo playthrough by casting like 6 psychic abilities before I even move.
Mm-hmm.
And because of Adrenaline Surge, because I'm using Iron Arm, I'm using Regen, I'm using Warp Speed.
Yeah.
I think Adrenaline Surge is probably a better bet right off the bat right now. I can just...
Biophysical is great later when you have more psi rating.
Mm-hmm.
And then Common Talent.
And when you have AoE psychic powers too, you can just drop a bomb and hit 6 people and they're all poisoned. Great.
I can see that being really good.
And then you can get another one of them for your common talent too.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Yeah, you're right.
So I'm gonna at that point do that one and biophysical distortion. Adrenaline surge. And
Do
that,
it.
Yeah. Done. Apply. Jesus, that's disgusting.
That's really good. That'll be really fun.
Yeah.
He's a really good psyker.
Idea is done.
Well, gents, we need to call it here.
Yeah, it's probably a good time.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that's a pretty decent setup for that for this week.
Right before we go into the capital. Streets. Streets of the capital.
You got the save done.
Yep.
Cool.
Well, thanks, gents. Have a great one. And I appreciate you guys.
Not a problem. Have a good one, man. I'm gonna drop.
No suffering will make me forget his
have a good night.
sacred words. Burn the heretic. Kill the mutant. Purge the unclean.
That was great. Perfect line to end on. Thank you all so much for joining this lovely ride. It has been a blast. Be sure to tune in next time for more fun and exciting. Until next time, as always, enjoy the story. We'll see you guys next time.